Ha! There we are. Gang, let me turn all this down. I've got an absolute disco in my ears right now, and it's literally my favourite song. I should have just jived and let you wait a little longer, you know, build up the momentum. It's Thursday, by the way. I know it's not Friday, but it's feeling like chuffing Friday up in here, okay? Honestly, there's so much noise in my ears. Thank you for my blurb. We'll get the sirens going. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Everybody's been saving blurbs for this moment. Literally all of them. Oh, were they not there?
Yeah. Are they not working?
Are they not working? Can anybody else hear that? It's like really loud in my ears. Oh wow, it's all broke. Okay. We broke everything already, guys. We're off to a great start, by the way. Oh my god, my blurps aren't even in my sound list. Shit. Okay. I don't even know how I'd want. I repel technology. This is the worst time. Worst time to have technical issues. Can anybody hear them? Can you hear them? No. Oh, I know you've got your own stream on, but
normally like a little pop-up comes up on your stream as well.
That's what I thought. Oh. It just used to come up. It's not loud enough in your opinion. No, and I'm just looking at the mixer thing as well, because it's gone out of the actual mixer and I don't know where it's gone. Here, I broke everything. Okay, anyway, I will. I can hear them, which is really strange. I can hear them if it means anything to you guys, okay? 100%. Right. So, before the technical issues, I was saying I got invited, right? I nearly fell off my chair when I got the message. They invited me. We're going to be celebrating. I'm going to get so distracted with blurbs. And we are showing nothing but love for Big Nick G. We're gonna have a dance. I'll play the full song at the end of raids, cause I think we need the positivity. You want to say something? I can see the thing pop up now, which is better than we had before. I can hear them, so it's so strange in my head. But just know there's a massive party in my head, okay? Between that and Dance with the Dead, I think we're sorted, aren't we, really? We're pretty sorted. It's in the source settings as well, which is really annoying. They're there somewhere. Okay, so, anyway, stop distracting me, you guys, right? It's really important issues. So, we got invited, me and all 9 of my personalities got invited to Freshman Week. I've been calling it. No, we're going to time you out, Kulk. I see you, okay? This is my playground. We are spreading positivity today. We are showing nothing but love. This is my playground, bitch. We've got our ESO chants up in here. I'm not gonna get to introduce anything, am I? This is why I had to start at 6:30. Cause you're feral. The lot of yous, okay? Feral. we are doing some raid training today. I am doing what I love. I am doing what I'm a little bit good at, okay? And as part of Freshman Week, because we are looking for new friends, we're gonna showcase that. When I was absolutely honoured to be invited by the Ninja Pulse gang, Maya and Khan over there. They are fantastic. They do a lot for the community. And obviously we are absolutely going to dive on board to boost morale, highlight a section of the game that sometimes people are either apprehensive about going into. You hear a lot of myths, you hear a lot of stories. There's a lot of horror stories about raiding, and we are here, yours truly, and I am joined by the wonderful Zeph, to dispel those myths. Now, originally, we were going to have a third team member. He may join us, but we don't know because real life got hectic for him. So he will be joining for raids, which is the wonderful Red Dead. If anybody does follow him as well, another amazing streamer. I grabbed him by the scruff of the neck. And I dragged him into raids. He'd been playing the game for, I think it was about 9 years. And he was a quester. He was an overlander. And he wanted to get into raids, so I invited him. So we've got we were going to have a few different perspectives around raiding, and just people's ideas of it and things. I've been doing this for like 5-6 years. I've got my adventure story. Zeph, I invited Zeph because Zeph is my wonderful poster child goblin of chaos. Okay? So what Zeph is actually a wonderful example that if you start from the beginning and you take your time, great things happen. Because I remember Zeph when she turned up at training, she turned up at normal raids, she attended everything, and she tried to learn everything. And I think it was like very recently as well, they went and got, I think it was like last patch, maybe, you'll have to quote me if I'm wrong, but her and a couple of the other people from ETD went and joined a group and they got Planesbreaker. I tell you something, when they got that, I cried actual tears for them. You'd have thought I'd have fucking got it myself. Do you know what I mean? Because I was like, well, I must be doing something right, I mean, obviously, 99% of it is all Zeph, like, and her ability. But I'd like to think that I was just the little 1% that impacts a lot of people's raiding adventures. And we try and bridge the gap and inspire people to climb higher and go and, the top end of it, the sweaty end, where people are score pushing and, coming up with all sorts of insane things. Like the damage boundaries that can be pushed are amazing. And it's not for everybody, but we try and highlight everything. And it is a massive spectrum, the raiding spectrum. And I'm thankful that in ETD we've got quite a lot of, we've got you sort of from starting point to about, I'd say end game, to be fair. We train twice a week in veteran, and it's an open roster. Anybody can sign up, and you can come along, you can learn some stuff, and the clear is never expected, but it's always a bonus, and we give people the time and the space they need to learn. I'm a nervous raider. I'm a really anxious raider, to be honest with you. And when shit used to get hectic, I used to press them buttons faster than a Mortal Kombat player, I promise. Like, I was like, brrrt, and then nothing had happened. The game would just be like, I don't even know what you want from me anymore. So it took a while to sort of get into a comfy position. So my raiding journey was a bit zigzaggy, So we've got a couple of things that we are going to talk about when I do eventually stop waffling. But I get to waffle about things that I love. It's alright, let me just reply to this. But I get to waffle about things that I love. Do you know what I mean? And so again, you're gonna hear a lot of waffle. There'll probably be like 50 million stories. And I get to ask Zeph some questions. If anybody is lurking in and has any just random questions about raiding or learning how to raid, you are more than welcome to ask them away. It does say AMAA, which is ask me almost anything, you guys, because I don't know everything, okay? Everyone's got ask me everything, and I'm like, ask me almost everything. And that's why, again, I invited Zeph, because as Kulk says, the master Zeph, 100%, she knows far more than I do. And she is our guild environmental officer, okay, as well. So you better recognize. So there's a couple of things. I have got a little bullet points to keep me on track because, you know, ADHD and stuff is great. Hey, Lena, I hope you're okay. You're going to be taking some notes. Absolutely. Again, I was taking some time just to lay out what we were going to talk about, just in case anybody did have any questions. And then at 8 o'clock, we are going to dive in with the training gang. So this is basically, I run these every Monday and every Thursday. I've done the same thing for like 5 years. And I kind of said that I'd keep raiding until people stop turning up, and it turns out people keep turning up, so I have to keep going. It's a vicious cycle of learning and training, and it's also, we started streaming it as well because training's messy, learning's messy, and it can get downright stressful at times. I'm gonna go and sit in the guild house, in the old guild house, because it's just a nice view. And no, I forgot what I was saying now. See, this is what's going to happen the entire stream. So anyway, I'll go to my bullet points, right? So we're going to highlight raiding and the positives around it. So, I mean, when I was learning and when I was sort of like figuring out what kind of raid lead I wanted to be as well, there was a lot of horror stories. Like, no word of a lie. It was like, you get so many sort of like things around toxic behavior and, you know, just this whole end game attitude, it's them and us. And I was like, well, let's try and bridge that gap. Like, let's find out where those things come from. And honestly, I've not really had that many bad experiences, and I know I know the majority of people, when we've put on like support talks, when we've put on raiding, some people come and share their stories with us, and it's been a shame that, like, obviously you can see where it comes from, because some people have had negative experiences in raiding, or like, you know, you've got to be wearing a certain bunch of gear, you've got to be wearing, oh, I was sat down, you've got to be, you know, a certain CP. So we're going to try and cover quite a few different bases, and I will be putting some normal rosters up, and veteran ones for over the weekend, just because I'm learning how to get back into the game. Like, the past couple of weeks have been so stressful in real life. Like, I came out of hospital and I didn't actually think I'd be able to play the game to show you everything and show you all the nice things. So I had to relearn how to play the game, like, over the past couple of weeks. So you're going to see some very imperfect raiding, which is going to show you that you don't need to be perfect to start raiding, you know, as well. Raiding over the years, and how the scene has changed. So some people, again, when you look at these world record times, when you look at like just speed running and score pushing aspects, the things that they can do now are amazing. Like, compared to what people were doing, you know, 5 years ago, like, the landscape has changed quite a lot. But also it's kind of blended into like mid-game raiding, and lower tier raiding as well, in the lower damage groups. For instance, I took the training raid into veteran halls of fabrication. Now, a few years ago, trying to get that first boss with the two raptors, the positrix and the negatrix, trying to burn those in a training group was actually quite difficult, because you had to sort of explain everything and teach all the aspects. And when we went in and did it this time round, like in this patch, they just nuked it. Like, the damage creep has been insane. So to watch people in training burn things and get the confidence to have that and see that play out, it kind of gives you a little bug, it gives you a little itch, and it makes you want, like, oh, well, if we can do that, what about this? And then eventually I provide fresh meat to the upper tier raiding community as well. I mean, friends, obviously. And the friendships made along the way. For instance, my wonderful Chaos Goblin Zeph as well. You know, because we all of our officers and the raiders and the raid leads, like, we've built up so many different friendships, acquaintances, even relationships as well along the years. It's been insane, and I'm so happy to be a part of those adventures as well. And then what else was there? We were gonna briefly touch upon what it's like to start raiding. So this was where Red was gonna come in handy, because me and Zeph have done it for a while. Zeph does a lot more of the high-end content, and she's a lot more sweaty now, you know. Like, it's great. Like, watching her fly with everybody is amazing. And because I'm always teaching, and I sort of dip my feet in the hard modes and different things like, and the trifectas. So I wanted a newer player's perspective, because we become quite numb to these environments. Like, we're in there a lot. And again, we love it. We're in there because we love it. I love going into these raids, and it's like I've never set foot in there ever. Like, I'm so excited. It's what I love doing. And the community that is, like, just in the raiding community have been amazing. Like, I've messaged people that are far greater than I am as a player, and, you know, if you want questions answering, they'll answer them. Like, they genuinely want to help people, you know, and things like that. So don't ever think like you can't just slide in someone's DMs and ask them a question about raiding, you know. And it's very nice. Again, the community, I think, has calmed down a lot over the years as well, to be fair, in terms of attitude. And I think it's been a lot different attitude wise as well recently, and it's nice to see. It's actually pleasantly welcome. And things that we do just in ETD as well, so our progression and support things. So if you lurk in other channels, you'll often hear people talking about my tits. Now, hold on a minute, right? Before you guys kick off, I'm on about my tanks in training. Okay, so unfortunately, I'm a bit of a sucker for a good acronym, and it was a great marketing ploy 4 years ago, to be fair, because I'd be like, come to Tit Talks, you know, we'll teach you, and I used to provide, like, well, we still do, and we provide sort of supports for just tanks or healers, to kind of learn just in a more closed off space. Sometimes the supports are learning on the job, like, you know, they're signing up to pugs or they're joining raids in different spaces, and you're sort of learning in real time. So sometimes I like to take the supports out and then just put them in their own environment and be like, you haven't got any DDs, you haven't got anybody sort of watching you or anything like that, and we're just going to go through resource management, keeping your shields up, looking at different bosses, looking at different ads, and those are the things that I love doing shit like that, because at one time the tanks were extinct. You had very few tanks. They were worked and overrun into oblivion, and then they had to take a break because they were burnt out, which then caused other people to kind of get pushed into a tank role, and then they'd get burnt out as well. And then as soon as you found there was a good tank out there, everybody just used to grab hold of them and be like, that's my tank, and then they'd be passed around like a little ragdoll. Bless them. Tanks had a rough ride. So at one point we didn't have any tanks, so I was like, well, I'm going to have to, like, teach them on. I'm going to have to just, you know, and again, I don't know everything. There are people with so much more knowledge than me, but all I knew is that I had to create an environment worth learning in as well. So one of the other things that's really, really important to me, just as a GM and as a raid lead, is advocating for people's mental health, the mental health of my raiders, my raid leads, and, you know, if anybody's been around a while, you'll know that there have been some very trying times in the game. You know, there's been updates where, you know, we've just kind of thought, oh shit, and group composition has been blown out of the water. People have had to go back to the drawing board. Some progs have even gone as, like, you know, disbanded after updates and things like that. And it's like, so it's been quite like navigating other aspects of people's, and thinking about the people behind the computers as well. So just how we kind of survived that. And again, like, I'm gonna be telling the truth. You know, even when subclassing came in, I think that was the big one.
Yeah, I was gonna say subclassing
Yeah.
was very difficult to keep up with.
So when subclassing dropped, because I can't remember who had progs. I can't remember who was in progs. So when subclassing dropped, I'm not gonna lie, I cried a little bit. And I had Lawford in my DMs, and I'm like, mate, what are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? Like, just, and everyone's looking at you for like, just, you know, have you got any answers yet? Have you got any answers yet? And the pressure. And I was just like, oh. So when subclassing dropped, from your perspective, Zeph, any thoughts?
It was kind of just like so many options. Like everyone could technically do anything. So instead of having like, you know, tanks be purely tanks, like they kind of could have other abilities which made them more flexible. And it's like especially when you get into like hard modes and trifectas, like that line between tank and healer and DD becomes very blurred, so it was kind of difficult to separate like who does what. And also, like, something which I always try and do is I try and give people what they prefer, but that also made it more complicated because that just adds something else into the mix of having to think
It's
about.
like another layer, isn't it?
Like at the time, I think I had someone who preferred to play Arcanist and someone who preferred to play Crow, and even though those weren't the best base classes or just classes for tanking at the time, that's something I still had to think about, just because I don't want people to play something that they don't enjoy.
Completely agree. And again, I think in training as well, I kind of let people just bring what they want and we roll with it. And when subclassing dropped, it was like info overload in my brain, and I tried reading these rosters, and it was like, well, if you don't have that, you've got to have this, you've got to get that. Can somebody subclass into this? Can you do that? Oh my god, and then we need this. No, but what about this? And and it was like a washing machine in my brain, and I'm like, I don't think I'm going to be able to raid lead. And I was, and then I was gonna be, and then I was like, I'm gonna be a has-been, Lawford, okay? Like, I'm just gonna be one of them people that's like stuck in the Stone Age on an old basic bitch roster because I can't read and I can't understand anything.
I just remember sorting up my roster, and it took me so long, and then I kept going around in circles, and like eventually I kept ending up with like someone on War Machine and Crypt, and it's like, wait, but that doesn't work. You can't do that. And I just kept going round and round in circles about who does what, and yeah, it got very complicated.
It's insane. And then how do you think the pure classing kind of, do you think that it kind of added, like, was like, oh, kind of here we go again? Or do you think like it was sort of, okay, we can calm down, we can work with this? Or were people just welcome to see new options as well? Because I think we were bottlenecked for a very long time with the Arcanist. And everybody, it was like, you wanted to do damage, you wanted to do this, make an Arcanist. Like, and it was just the default answer to everything, which I didn't like. And we tried to theory craft as much as we could in ETD. But do you think that it added that extra layer again?
I think it made things a little bit more simple and definitely opened up more alternatives, especially for DDs. Just because the reason Arcanist was so good is because it passively gave pen and crit damage, and I don't think there's any other skill line that does that. So like, because the main things you're looking for in a group composition is, do you have enough pen, do you have enough crit? And Arcanist has both, so there's literally no reason to not have it. And then if you didn't have it, then you'd have to splash out on other sets on extra things, like having axes on front bar or the crow line for pen, or it just made things so much more simple, and obviously just maximizes the damage by having that Arcanist line, the Herald of the Tome line.
Yeah.
But yeah, I definitely think it's opened up opportunities for DDs. I mean, like, if anyone's raided recently, you'll see like pure Arcanists are quite rare now, actually. 'Cause
Yeah.
most people have been going into Crow. I think Crow is... I mean, for AoE, Crow is the best pure class, and then for single target, I think Nightblade is the best. But then there's also been Sorks, which Sork does a fairly good job of single target. DK is alright. It's good as a support DD, and same with Templar is also good for a support DD. And yeah, it just kind of opens it up again, because even during subclassing, support DDs would still have that Arcanist line.
Yeah.
So yeah, it kind of means
It's
you can
been
go back
nice
to actually having like identity as a class, which is really nice.
It's been very nice to see, and it was very nice to see people jump in and want to try the pure class lines and the class abilities and mess around with it. And again, like in ETD, we whenever there's an update like that means big things for like group composition or stuff like that, we will always try and continue to raid as long as people sign up. But we just, for a few weeks, we just have like small print to say like, we're just figuring it out. Just bring what you want, bring what you're comfy with. And again, training environments, I would rather you came with setups that you're comfy with, as opposed to, putting on something brand new that you're not 100% how it works, because it adds an extra angle to your training as well. Like you're there trying to take in all of this information. And again, Red's the perfect example for this, because he was running around, I'm pretty sure he was on a 1-bar build, and I'm like, we're taking that off you, my dude. We're going to turn that I into we. We're going to make that team thing, and effectively, we redressed him, threw him into raids, and he had to kind of, figure it out and learn it again. So on top of me waffling in his ear, and being like, this mechanic, that mechanic, and he's just sat there like, it just all just blurs out and evaporates. It's really funny to watch. So he will be at raids later, so you will get to see Red, and if I can pin him down for like a couple of questions after, and again, I won't have bribed him in any way, shape or form to say anything nice, so he might actually call me a toxic minging raid lead as well. I can't control these people. You shouldn't, kind of, you have trouble working with children and animals. Well, raiding and streaming raids is very similar. It can get pretty chaotic sometimes, but I kind of say that if you can survive in chaos training, I'm pretty sure you can survive anywhere. Like, we made that environment. And what was? Let me have a look at my next subject. Oh yeah, and then just tying it into sort of mental health while raiding. So I advised my raid leaders to take time off. I was just like, this is and I was thinking, if this is overwhelming for me as a GM, and then you get people that will turn up to raids and ask you questions, and I'm like, I don't know, I'm still reading. So I was like, just look after yourselves, as you move through these updates, and as we're navigating new waters as well, because at the moment we're all, collectively as a community waiting for the roadmap update to see what's going to happen. Whenever you see me raiding over the weekend, I'm going to be putting the rosters up after the stream. But whenever you see me... So I haven't gone into pure classing yet. I've still got my subclassing character. Only because with me coming out of hospital and trying to relearn the game again, I needed to stick to what I know. So again, we're going to show you that you can still kick it with people in veteran raids and hard modes, and it's just about, creating a nice environment for people to welcome them into. We need people, okay? We need raiders, because I need to kick my trainee raiders up to the next, bracket into hard modes. I loved also when I was looking down the list of, because Ninja Pulls, they highlight who's streaming today and tomorrow and over freshman weekend, and everyone. So you had like, if you were streaming in other languages, just to try and provide as many options as possible, and so everyone's like,
for you.
So. Yeah, it's funny. Like, so you've got like English, French, English and Portuguese, English and Polish, Russian, and then you've got Cakes just like English, bad English, Northern. And
No.
and I'm like, trying to make myself sound as wide a net as possible, But that was via DMs when they invited me. So when I saw it, when they'd printed it, I was like, cake, if we knew this was going to be like profesh, we would have been profesh, like, so. But yeah, again, why would I expect anything less from me? And then after we've done all of our waffling and nattering, we're going to be taking a break around 7:30, just so I can go and refresh drinks, because it is still very warm. It was like 36 degrees up north today. It's been stifling. It's been, honestly, I can't even, I'm surprised I can even get my words out as well. And then after that, we're going to come back and we're going into Vet Sunspire. So we're going to go in with the training gang. I would probably say there's quite a few of them that have been there before. And then again, other people have signed up just so they're getting confidence. And you'll kind of see what a training raid from me looks like as well. We try and bring the humour. We try and, if we're going to wipe, we're going to be as glorious as possible. We'll blame lag, obviously. And if we win, it's my amazing leadership skills. That's it. Like, it's going to be great. It's going to be a great evening. So it's a chat around the red hot campfire, because the gates of hell have opened outside of my house in the north of England. I'm sweating, honestly. So guys, clothes are optional. Please stay hydrated. And Zeph, if you need to get a drink as I'm nattering to you, or as I'm please don't sit there and just be like, oh, I'm not gonna move. I'm not gonna
No, it's right.
Okay.
I'm actually next to the fridge, so.
Oh, nice. She was like, I've got my laptop, I've got my Red Bull, we are sorted. And just the differences in training as well, from training to, it's always the support's fault. It is not. And I have got some raiding myths as well. So we collected so we collected a number of raiding myths and things, because I was like, I need to collect information, and basically we were going to try and dispel them, or just even weigh in our thoughts on them as well, to be honest. Because some of them were really funny, and there's a couple of them where we can actually go and show you that there really isn't any titties in that bush in Mol. We're gonna show you what happens. So a couple of the ones when I was learning, and again they change. These little things, they change over the years, so it'd be interesting for if Zeph's got any as well. Yeah, you need at least 50k HP as a tank. So you weren't classed as a real tank back then if you didn't have 50k HP. Now bear in mind, this was before Blackwood was released. I joined just before Blackwood. So when Blackwood dropped, right, and you went and met the wonderful Barsai, that 50k HP didn't honestly. So then then that kind of changed a bit of the landscape, and like different raiding scenarios and stuff. So, and again, now I've seen tanks, and again, there's some amazing tanks out there that I've had the pleasure of talking to, and just touching base with, and asking questions as well, because that's what I need to find out for Tit Talks, and it's the same with like DPS stuff. Some of the tanks, they dice with death, and they love it though. Again, I've seen tanks running around with like 40, what is it, like 30 or like mid to late 30s. Zeph, what's the lowest HP you've seen on a tank? One that's kind of like, like you get them confident tanks that want to be like, yeah, I can wear medium and light, be fine.
I mean, like when I was tanking Corey's kinds, I was tanking the mini in full medium. I was basically a DD, so I think I had like 30k HP.
It's like, we're gonna roll dodge everything right now.
Yeah, no, that was pretty much it. It's like I couldn't unblock a light attack, and I had to roll dodge everything, and I was just like, I'm rolling. I think I had like pass food on just because it gave me so much extra stam to roll dodge. Because I mean, I wasn't tanking anything. I was just roll dodging.
Just roll dodging everything. It's great. And but I like it when you get to that level, you know, when you're quite comfy and confident that you can kind of move those boundaries and be like, can I mess around with this line? Can I mess around with this line? Again, sometimes over the weekend, depending on who signs up and the group compositions of anything that we put on, we're going to be going into like Kind's hard mode, stuff like that. And it's really interesting to go from like 2 tanks and 2 healers to 1 half semi-quarter healer with, you know, you got a vigor on and then the rest of it's damage. And just again pushing those limits and seeing what you can get away with, and the damage creeps made that really easy to play with those lines as well, which I really enjoy. 35 to 38k is okay. 100%. Survive everything. And again, just with the things that are available at your you know, as your toolkit now as a tank, especially, you know, when they did bring subclassing in, and then now they've changed to, you know, some people, especially in training, you're going to get a very much mixed bag of people that are still subclassing, people that are trying out pure classes, because some people want to kind of wait for the whole refresh to be done and then make a decision on where the characters are going. And you get a nice little, like, you get different bits from everywhere, so I get to ask all these little things and stuff like that. You need 300 CP and gold gear to raid in normal raids. I'll take you from level 10. Okay, now I won't take a full raid group of level 10s into normal raids, but the odd 1 or 2, in fact, to be fair, the odd 1, 2 or 3 in a raid group nowadays, you'd barely notice, and they'd have a great time as well, especially if you've got like a, you know, a nice supportive environment. I remember once I brought a level 10 along with me and somebody actually left my raid in early days. I'm like, it's normal, what are you talking about? I was like, we can do this with like 6 people, and that was like 4 years ago anyway. And nowadays with the damage creep, you can do about 6 people with the, you know, thing of Ethereum Archive. You need 12 for that as well. But I also I dispelled that because I went over and raided with the wonderful Spantifical over on NA, and I was level 35. I didn't have a full set of tanking gear on. I just kind of threw some stuff on that I'd found in Overland, and we went and did normal Lucian Citadel. I think I died like maybe twice. Again, I'm under CB 160. I didn't have gold gear on. I'm pretty sure there wasn't a trait on anything. Like, just I found it on the floor and I just threw it on. Just to kind of show you. And again, I think because I've got that added like step of knowledge, because I'm a raid lead, I knew what I was looking out for. I knew what I was, you know, so I had a bit of cockiness, but just to kind of show you that you can do it. There were some comments as I was raiding, as I was tanking as well. There was people like, oh, she hasn't got enough health. You know, she looks very, and I'm like, I'm 35. I'm level 35. It's fine, totally fine. And then after I finished the trial, oh no, I thought I was logging off then. And then after I finished the trial, I managed to get my new gear on, because I'd got all my crafted gear and there was a full set in there. So don't ever be afraid to try normal raids, because normal raids are so much fun. I have a lot of fun with the normal gang, because some of them I've had come in and they're like 2000 CP, and they're like, you know, I'm not sure I'm ready for normal raids, but I just wanted to give it a go. And I'm like, what? And they were scared. Honestly, they were full of anxiety, bless them. Now to watch them in vet raids and hard modes and wanting to, you know, try everything is amazing. Like, so amazing that we've given them the confidence to do that. Zeph, how was your raiding adventure changed over your time as well? Can we cast your mind back to when you were learning back in day? You know,
back in day. Yeah, I mean, I started as a DD. I was like, I pretty much only played like Frost Warden, and I remember I think I mainly just did normal trials for a while, and then I kind of just got pulled into vet trials, like if there was a spot free or things like that. I think I remember like Rogue like pulled me into a dread sale vet, and I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna blow everyone up and die. Oh my god, like what do I do?
And you were dead quiet as well. Like,
Yeah.
Zeph never used to talk, you guys, right? The words that come out of her mouth now is an app. Like, we're lucky. We're graced by her vocal cords. And now she calls people questionable things if they don't get a protector and certain things like that. It's fantastic. And again, the confidence that you've had from training as well, just to kind of point that out, from training to then becoming a raid lead. Like, whenever any of my training people ask me if they want for the raid lead tag, it's like they're flying away from home. They grow up so fast. Oh, it's so emotional as well.
Yeah, it's like me like raid leading versus me like just like being in someone's raid. It's like it kind of has to be like different people in a way. Like the idea of like 12 or 11 people listening to what I'm saying all at once is like, I just can't think about that too much, otherwise it's too stressful. So I just have to kind of put this like raid face on and
it is
like,
a poker face.
It's not happening. Yeah.
If anybody else has a poker face as well for raid leading, let me know, because it'd be interesting to see whether anybody else just bluffs their way through life, to be honest. Because I'm like that. I believe it or not, I'm not a very good public speaker. I stutter quite a lot.
No.
And I'm just like, the people are looking at me. And then somebody goes, it's okay, Cake, just envision them naked. I'm like, I was like, I definitely don't want to talk to anyone now. So I don't know. It's quite a strange dynamic, raid leading as well. I never thought I'd be doing. Did you think you were ever going to be raid leading this chat? If you think back to you joining training leads.
No, definitely not.
You were just happy to be here.
Yeah, I never. It's one of those things where it's like I never thought I'd do it, but it's quite like rewarding in a way after a while, because then you get people saying things like that they never thought that they'd get to certain goals, and that that you've helped them through, even if it's just like talking to other people in a raid setting. Like, it's not something that many people think that they do, because at the end of the day we're all playing video games. We're all probably a bit antisocial.
We are, aren't we? We're all a little bit antisocial. And again, like there's some of the raid leads out there. The raid leading spectrum is like the actual raiding spectrum, and the amount of different personalities and raid leads that are out there, and the level of detail that they have the ability to put into a roster. Again, my training rosters, like, they stay relatively the same, because I like to give people the same information just to set them up on a good standing. And then if I've done my job properly, by the time, say, they want to go and join Zeph's prog group for a Dread Sail hard mode or a Rock Grove hard mode or anything that she's putting on, at least they're well equipped to deal with the information that Zeph's going to give them as well, because then your sets change, your group composition changes a little bit. A lot of people ask me why I don't do Slayer stacks, and I was like, have you ever tried to get Slayer stacks in training? I was like, don't work. I was like, so everyone's like, why do you still use Rojo? And I love it. I just love it.
Yeah, Rojo is more than good enough.
Yeah, lazy gaming, there's a lot of Rojo haters out there, to be honest with you. I love being at the back. I love them 2 heavy attacks, and then I can waffle my titties off and tell people that they're studying stupid and stuff like that. It's fantastic. Did you ever hear any raiding myths that worried you, Zeph? While I'm just trying to find another one in my list.
I don't really know, maybe just about like being high CP, just because I remember when I first got dragged into a prog group, which was Guaz, I think I was maybe like 400 CP or something, and I was just like, oh my god, all these people are like 2000, like I don't think I should be here. And then obviously, like, when you're low CP, like, it doesn't really matter, but then if you're extra low CP, then you will just be like missing certain things from the champion points.
You're just a little bit squishy.
It's like not much at all, really. It might just be like a couple hundred weapon spell damage.
I
think that like stressed me out, was like being so low CP. I was like, oh no.
Don't ever think that, like, if honestly for training and stuff like that, don't, like, for anybody across the board, like, don't ever think that you can't go into a training environment and learn. Especially, I can only speak for Enter the Dominion and the space that we've created, but I genuinely I think sometimes I see quite high requirements on training raids, and they don't need to be there. They genuinely, people's ability to listen, and I always say to my trainees that your damage and your like dealing with mechanics and environmental issues in a raid, they're kind of like parallel roads, and eventually when you get comfy enough, those two roads will meet, and then you end up being comfy in your role, what you're doing, whether it be damage or, you know, tanking and debuffing and working on resources, and it sets you up quite nicely as well. If that do I make sense? I know I'm waffling. I feel like I kind of digress quite a lot, but I think I make sense. I think I do.
Yeah, that just kind of reminds me of like how I started off as a DD, but I think that like really helped me get into healing, because like it's the same kind of concept where it's like you're still doing the same rotation, you're still pressing the same buttons, but then you don't like hyper focus on one thing at a time, which I think is something that a lot of people kind of do when they're healing.
I do that. I used to have absolutely amazing Rojo up times, but did anybody get any other heals? Nah, did they? Fuck. That's not my. I was like, this is my job. I'm gonna stick to it. You know. So I do think that sometimes, you know, again, freshman weeks to highlight, you know, just the raiding and learning how to raid and training raids and things like that. And I do think that it should be a nice time for people to kind of just reevaluate the requirements that they put in as well, and have realistic goals for your raid teams as well, and just be, you know, again, we have like the clears never expected, it's always a bonus in training, and again now I find myself saying that, and we get it. I mean, we cleared Aussie and Cage the other on Monday training. That was my first vet raid back, and they was like, yeah, let's go to Aussie and Cage. And I'm like, I've only just learned how to talk again. Are you all right? You guys love me. Like, who hurt you?
Colgar told me that you cleared, and I was like, oh my god, that's amazing.
I was
I'll see in veterans pretty hard.
I was so happy. I was so happy, because again, it's been one where they've gone in a couple of times, and the herd, again, just because the raid's so long as well in its presentation, it can be quite hard to fit it into a 2-hour training session. So it's usually on the bridges. Like Molag Kina has been a hurdle in our training group for the both quite a few times that they've been in there. So to see it now, like they've gone back to it, and again the damage in training, you'll see, because I'll have Hodors up and everything. You'll see that it's we don't have a bajillion damage or anything. I don't actually put any damage, not that many damage requirements in. This was so much fun, especially when your co-tank lets you keep all the Wamasu 2.0s. Yeah, Allah was tanking with Karma, and you know what Karma's like. She's eyeing up chests when she goes in anywhere. So Allah taunted all 3 Wamasus, and Karma's like, you can fucking have them. Like, I'm not even gonna fight you for. And Allah's like, yeah, I'm fucking powerful. It was so funny. So funny. And Karma's like, yeah, I'm not even gonna fight you for them. You can just, if you die,
you can have them, mate.
Like, if you die, you die, you're all right. But we learn by doing in ETD, as always. And one of the funny ones as well, was that you needed meta sets to start raiding. That one in normals definitely makes me laugh, because you can wear your pajamas. Like, in veteran, I think now, I haven't actually tested it out. I think we should test it out. Should we? I don't know whether I've got the headspace to test it out this weekend, but we can definitely plan where we have a full raid composition with no meta sets. I don't even know what the meta is at the moment. I'll have to look at the spreadsheets. And spreadsheets scare people as well in raiding. Don't be scared of spreadsheets, you guys. They have pretty pictures on as well.
Yeah, the pictures have definitely helped people, especially on big spreadsheets.
Zeph works very hard on hers.
Like, if it just has like a list of like skill names, people are like, what the hell is that? Like, I don't know what the skills are called, I just go by the pictures.
Yeah. Well, like, what's it look like? I need that bit. And you need qualifications to be a raid lead. So I don't know what qualifications you need to be a raid lead. I was like, I mean, I've got a BA. I got a BA Hons. I got 2-1 Hons if that makes any difference. But I don't think healthcare will help me here. I mean, I do look after people. There are meta spreadsheets. I'm a spreadsheet nerd. Oh, Lena, if you're in fact, I'll tell you what, I will do a little plug just for anybody that is lurking. But if ever anybody wants to come and learn or raid, or they're lost around Tamriel, we run normal raids, we run veteran training. There's a hard mode going on right now that's being run by one of our other officers. They're in Kynes. And then we start at 8, so the Discord's going to look very busy when you get in here. But also, we kind of went one step further as well. And all of our raid guides are in a written format. We've still got our spreadsheets on the website, haven't been updated yet, but they will be. We'll get around to it. Just with all of the news and, like, you know, everything, all the drama that's been going on, it's just been quite hard to kind of, you know, just have a rational thought in your head, to be honest. So, but when I was learning how to raid lead, one of my big problems was that I had to collect information from so many different sources, so many different YouTube videos at the time, and there wasn't that many around raiding, because, again, I think the raiding community is smaller than people think as well. So having to collect all of this information from different sources, I ended up seeing a comment, I can't even remember where this was years ago, and I can't remember where it was, and it was like, can't these be in written format rather than a YouTube video? Now, that's, again, no discredit to anybody that creates content for ESO. They are all absolutely, you know, for the most part, fantastic people and contributors to the community. But some people don't learn that way. They're not visual learners. Some people would rather have, like, written format information. So what we did was we started off in Discord, and we basically took all of the raids and we wrote them out based on a mixture of my training raids at the time and the prog group that Lawford had as well. So we kind of tried to blend and bridge all of the different gaps between you know, veteran content and hard mode content, because that's where the biggest jump is. From normal to veteran, I think that's quite manageable now. I do definitely think that gap has got quite a lot smaller. But the veteran to hard mode one, in some scenarios, is a very big bridge to kind of try and fill in. So we tried to get everything in written format, and then we expanded at the end of last year to put all of those things on the website to try and help other raid leads as well, because I want the longevity of the community. And again, you know, if any spaces, especially raiding spaces, if they end up dissolving or closing for, you know, X, Y, and Z reasons, the domino of, like, sort of dispersed players amongst the guilds that are still standing, it can be quite a lot of pressure. Like, oh, like, and I'm sat there, if I've got, like, an influx of players, and nobody wants to see, like, a community, you know, dissolve or disband or anything like that. It's always a sad time. But I wanted to try and, like, push all of that information out there as quick as I could. And not many people know that it is all in written format as well, because sometimes when you're raid leading, it can be quite easy just to scroll down, get to that particular boss or that particular ad. It's like, right, my group is struggling on a Soul Weaver in Rockgrove. Okay, let's talk about Soul Weaver. Or somebody doesn't know how to kite in Rock Grove. And you find that I actually do a lot of these things as a DD. I go like we were kiting firebombs and tanking your sailor as a DD in training quite often. So makes for good clips. Makes for good training material as well. Are just out there. And again, like, just if there are any sort of, like, if anyone's worried about, like, learning to raid or what, in fact, yeah, the first step's always the scariest step. But Seth, if you had to dish out some information, say I am like this fragile and meek new player fresh in the world of Tamriel, and I'm like, hello, excuse me, Miss Seth, I don't know why I sound like that. I've only just got to 100 CP, I think, maybe 160, and I want to join normal raids, please. And then, like, I'm scared. I've got anxiety. And do you have any advice for me? I'm going to say the end bit normally because that's the important part. Seth's just going to be like, yeah, go for it.
Yeah, I was just about to say, just throw yourself in, because like the first step is always the scariest, like 100%.
Yep.
Like I remembered joining my first raid, and I was like, oh my god, I'm joining in like this voice call with people I don't know anyone, I don't know what I'm doing, what if I mess up? But once it was over with, it was like, okay, well, I'll just come back and do another one then.
Yeah,
like,
it wasn't that bad.
No, it wasn't bad at all. It was great. It was like, I mean, that's why I've stuck around. Like,
she's been here a while.
Yeah, probably like 2.5 years now, maybe longer.
What was it like raid leading for the first time? I was terrified.
I remember definitely being nervous, because I remember the rip raid it was as well. It was I did a Kind's hard mode. And I was definitely it's definitely very different to just raiding normally, because you also have to think about everyone else, and then you also like, oh wait, I actually have to play the game as well and like actually do it properly.
Oh, we should have got
so
Curry in for that.
I remember being way worse. Yeah.
And I remember, because obviously Curry was he's recently started raid leading, and he was just like, I'll do it in quick. He's like, brev, like, there's just so many different angles to worry about. My DPS is shit, and I can't do this because I'm too busy looking at this. And it's real. And I think sometimes people don't understand the extra layer that you have as a raid leader as well. But if anybody like wants to start raid leading, or is even thinking about raid leading, and you kind of go, hey, I've got like, I've got a Discord, or I've got a group of people, and the best thing you can do is just grab a bunch of new people and go, look, I don't know all the answers, but we have some amazing tools at our disposal, and I definitely want to learn. Sophie! Hello! Welcome in. This is our little campfire chat around raiding. I am gonna download the whole stream, and I will put it on my YouTube as well, just in case anybody does want to kind of go back and listen to any bits and things like that. I'm here to listen and learn. You know loads. So Sophie is another one of our amazing healers, as well, in ETD, and she's like my little personal assistant. At the moment, with the past few weeks, I could not have actually lived without Sophie, and I never thought I'd say them words, because you probably found me shouting her in a video game somewhere. Do you know what I mean? Like, she has been a very big shoulder this week, so thank you. I appreciate you. You can always learn something new. Yeah, 100%. So again, we're just touching upon sort of like raid leading journeys, and the best thing to do is, even if you've just got a Discord space or you've got a group of friends, just kind of round them up and be like, look, we've got some amazing tools. Let's go do it. Let's figure it out together, and start off in normal. Now, normal, the requirements are so low, you could probably even do it, again, like I was saying earlier, you could do it with 6 people and see some of the mechanics as well, and use the tools that are out there, and then again, if there's an answer, or if there's a question that you have, or there's a mechanic that you don't really necessarily know about, or you can't find the information around it, ask. because again there are some amazing beautiful people that will jump on board and help or advise, as even just as a like a basic sort of weird test that I did on the Discord. So I actually thought that if somebody posted an AI build, because somebody actually came to me with an AI build, and if they posted it, they'd get laughed at. And I turned around and I said, if I've created, like, I actually thought, I said, there's probably a chance you might, I'm not gonna lie, because AI AI in relation to ESO building your sets and stuff is the literal devil. So I was like, right, I want you to post it because I want to see what the community reaction is, because 9 times out of 10 it's so easy to jump on it and be like, oh, it's shit, fucking hell, dress yourself properly, don't use AI, throw yourself in the bin, and people, they've got that very reactionary thing. So we posted it and I watched what kind of unfolded. And again, like, free discussion and theory crafting is something that I absolutely love among, like, when players do it and they try and figure it out. And the responses that he got weren't that bad, to be honest. One of them was just like, hey, that build's not really going to work out for you in a trial setting. Here's some options. What's your play style like? What are you playing at the moment? What do you enjoy playing? And again, like, there was a recent conversation, just digressing slightly, about again, the Oaken Soul conversation is one that is, just stands the test of time in a raiding scenario. And we were talking about the werewolf being a very viable option in training raids if you like that one bar play style and you want to feel like you're contributing and you want like an alternative setup to your Oaken Soul build. And things like that. And the werewolf now, I never thought I'd even say it, to be honest with you. I never did. I thought it was. I thought the werewolf runs were in a different category, But it's amazing to see that they're actually there.
It's not the fact that like Oaken Soul makes it easier to play. I think like that's like the misconception. It's that people people are just like elitist. They just think Oaken Soul's like being lazy, like when you're playing, and it's like that's not really what it is at all. It's more like Oaken Soul is basically like saying, I don't need you to all your other teammates around you because of the buffs that it gives. And that's like the main point. That
is the argument. Yeah. That is the debate around it.
Some people just kind of think it's
shouting is the love language.
I feel like some people just think it's like just use 2 bars, like why are you just using 1, like it's just lazy. But it's like using just 1 bar isn't necessarily bad at all. It's just the fact that it is basically like saying, I don't need you to your tanks and your healers.
Yeah, it's a bit of, and I think so whenever you see the Oaken Soul debate, you have to apply that quite factually, because in a raid setting, all of those buffs that the Oaken Soul ring provides are provided by your supports. Now again, this is where up to training, like for me, if that's what you're comfortable on to come and learn for the first time, then I am absolutely, if it means the fact that I get a fresh raider through the door, then I'm gonna take them. Now again, that opinion isn't widely shared, and I was saying, again, we talk about it quite often, but I want to be able to give people the opportunity to get the foot through the door and then be like, hey, have we thought about these options? Because then if you kind of jump on them straight away, they get quite defensive and they're like, oh my god, what do you mean you're trying to change me? You're trying to change my person, and I don't like, and that's where it's kind of met quite defensively. So I'm like, let them get the foot through the door, let me explain to them how we're going to change the I build into a we build where we're contributing, but also try and listen to the players as well and try and figure it out based on what they like and what their play style is as well. But there is another whole aspect of building a group composition around Oaken Soul users. So it's for me, like when I look at it, it's like an all or nothing in raiding. You either all have it and we tailor make the group, because then you're looking at things that you've got, the things that OpenSoul provides. Now, where are the gaps? Like, where can we fill the gaps with other sets? And it kind of opens up a whole box. Again, it's not a box that I personally like. I wouldn't go into it. But I know that there's some knowledgeable people out there that can kind of look at it and be like, well, you know, we need this, or this would be quite beneficial. And you can build a whole raid group. You know, if you've got a load of friends that are OpenSoul users and they're comfy on that, then go figure it out. Because again, that's just like another adventure. And then you could tell people about it as well and be like, well, hey, you know, we tried this. I'm pretty sure, is there still an OpenSoul Discord? Like, I know that was a thing a while ago.
I don't know, actually.
I don't know whether it's still around. Yeah, I don't know whether it's still around or not. But again, that's the joys of the internet. You can kind of like move around until you find your people, and you can find your jam and find people that you raid with. I have been waffling so much, right, over myths, I've run over time. And I was supposed to go and get a drink 15 minutes ago, which is hilarious. And I knew that I'd do this as well. But the answer is, again, we digress 50 million times. Do you have to be qualified to be a raid lead? No. But you should have a basic understanding of the environment you are about to go into. If not only, like, if not only just to dish that out, like, even if you guys, you know, not necessarily our website, but say, for instance, you've got a raid guide. Amongst all of your group, you can kind of go, hey, I'm looking at this raid guide, let's all watch it, let's figure it out, and see if we can kind of, you know, replicate the info or bring it in, and you figure it out together. And I think the people that I learnt with and the people that allowed me to learn within ETD have been amazing. Like, they have literally been amazing. Because I'm a flapper. I'm an anxious raider. And it's and it takes a lot for me to raid outside of my little ETD bubble. But we're gonna try and contribute where possible. So I have dipped my toes out, and I have ran raids in other spaces and helped out and stuff like that, which has been that's more scary nowadays. I feel like it's like I'm out of my comfort zone and I've got to behave. I love it. So, I think I've waffled loads. Zephyr's just agreed with me, and provided small insight into the higher end raiding. But Zeph will be streaming in our training raids this evening. So you will have a DD perspective. She is a very good DD. And again, we've got a mixed bag, because I think we've got like 2 necros and stuff like that tonight. So there's going to be colos everywhere. I'm fully prepared for it. And I'm all here for it, to be honest. Why did my thumbs don't work at the moment. And then we're a blurps allowed. So I don't think you can hear. So I can hear them, but I don't think chat can hear them. We did have blurps in the we did have a round of blurps in the beginning, but for some reason, like, so when I look at my mixer thingy Madoobie, because I'm, again, you know, I repel technology. I'm just here to provide you guys with mid-tier information. You could hear it. Okay. As long as you guys can hear it. I just think I broke everything. And then just before I went live, like the OBS was like, excuse me, we need an update. And I'm like, oh shit. I meant I don't want to interrupt the waffling. Hey, no, it's fine. Do you know what? I've waffled. You could hear your harmonica too. Okay, that's right. Totally fine. Then it's working. So we've waffled about like just different raiding things. Everybody distracted me at the beginning. It's our big Nick G love. I love that blurb. I love this blurb as well. Obviously. What? It's chaos. It's absolute chaos. Allah. Yeah, so I need to get a drink before raid. I'm gonna shout at you. I'm gonna shout at you when I get back.
Oh my god, it's Swedish, thank you. Oh my gosh.
Oh my god, Lourdes, I don't even know what that says, but ooh. I don't even want to offend like anybody by trying to pronounce that. Right, I'll start doing some inviting and then I will quickly run for a drink. Is that for you online? Can I invite you and just temporarily, like, you know, just throw the book at you?
Yeah.
Just while I go get a drink. So that is our raid chat. We did run over time and we will be... I'm going to put it on a Be Right Back screen just while I start grouping up. We'll have grouped up and everything, so we'll just be taking a 10-minute break. Allah, thank you so much, by the way. And I can't even speak. After today, that is just... My God. You guys are going to get me emotional at the end and I can't let my poker face fall until the end of stream. But we're going to be doing some dancing, okay? We'll give everybody's big Nick G love. We can play the full song and we'll just do a little bit dancing at the end of raids to see us all out. And because I need some video footage. I want a little montage for I've been collecting memories for through the year and stuff like that. So because we usually try and do like an end of year montage. Big Nick G. It's gonna be great. I keep. But we're all about positivity this evening. It's not that we are ignoring anything. Right, let's give Zeph the crown. Thank you for my blurb. I'm protein leader. But we're gonna have some fun in Sunspire. And if we've got time, we might either go to Kynes or see a little bit of Lucian Citadel, depending on how people are feeling, because Lucian Citadel came next in the vote. It depends on time, but we'll see what happens. We'll just roll with it, and if we get like 1.5 raids, then that's just training. But I hope everybody joins me. Please get up, stretch, pet your rock, kiss your fish, hug your dog, take your meds, clap your hands, and me and Zeph will be back shortly. Hopefully we'll be joined by raiders, because we need to stay in the job, both of us, and Zeph's probably here recruiting as well. She's one of them scouts. What about Helvete? I want to quesadilla. I don't know what, I think that came, I was talking to Shaxi one evening and I was just hungry. But yes, I will leave you with some music. Hopefully I'll turn it up a little bit while I'm on a beer bug screen. And please take care of yourselves. I will see you in 10. Hopefully. Yeah, I will. Don't worry. I'll nearly put it on ending then. Can you imagine? Right, I'm just going to mute everything while I go and talk to the raid team, and then we will be going into Veteran Sunspire training, and we will see what the time's like. Again, sometimes training can take the full 2 hours. Catch, hey! Sometimes it can take the full 2 hours. Sometimes we get it done in the first half, and then they get to go and pick where they want to go. So I'm just going to go and give them a pep talk, and then I will unmute everything again, and then we will be heading off, and we're gonna go and we're just gonna go and have a mess around with. So I'm gonna go and fight some dragons. So grab snacks, everybody. It will go quiet, but I will see you in like 5 minutes. Lena, thank you for the biddies. Thank you so much. My gold. Right, I will be right back. You stay right there, guys. Okay. Right, okay, we are all back, and we are joined by obviously Red, our wonderful. I call him my little science experiment. I know it's a bit offensive, but he puts up with me. We just dragged him out of Overland content, redressed him, and told him to learn how to raid. And I'm like, let me just see how this goes. I think this is why ethical guidelines exist, you know, guys. But anyway, it'll be fine. So again, we are gonna start Veteran Sunspire. I'm going to see what we do with our time. We're going to see what the raid group does with our time. Only thing that I ask, guys, is everybody that is here to learn, please give them the time and the space that they need to. In particular, our support. I am still relearning the game, so your chances of survival are like, 60-40. If anyone does have any questions or hurdles, please let me know. I can solve most problems. I just got to know what the problem is. On stream it does say AMAA, which is ask me almost anything, because I don't know everything. Okay, I'm not going to pretend to be one of those people. But main thing is, you are all here to have fun. Please give me chance to explain mechanics. Please try not to run ahead. Please check your food, check your gear. Please check and remove Ring of the Pale Order, otherwise your healers will call you asshats. And let's make sure our tray tables are in an upright position before we depart on this journey. Anyone got any questions before we party? Carry us to victory. Abso-fucking-lutely. I'm going to do my job, right? I'm going to show you. Right, everyone, I will do a quick ready check just to make sure everyone has done all of their ready checks. And you are actually ready. I will see how we get on. Loti and DD at the moment is harder for me. Let's go. I can Rojo, I can just sit at the back. My ears. Thank you. Oh. Okay, so for the purposes of this, Elf, you have got 4-leggeds, and Allah, you have got 2-leggeds, okay? And we're just going to make them in a nice little stack at the bottom of those stairs. I don't care how you get there as long as you get there. And just try your best. That's all I can ask for.
Both sides?
Both sides.
Both?
Yeah, you've got all the cats, so just the big 4-legged cats.
Oh.
That's it. So you taunt one, taunt the other, and then head straight for the stairs where your other tank is. And then DDs, you can drop ultimates if you feel like pressing buttons. That's totally fine too. So the next lot are going to come in, so you're just going to watch out for the ruin coming in, throwing hands on the stairs. So Elf, rather than going up the stairs, that's if you just tuck yourself down there, and then he'll just walk in when he can't see you. Beautiful. And then as soon as he's in spot, you can just roll back out and just rejoin the group. So we're just going to focus on this Will, wait for Elf to tag the cats, and then they'll jump in, so just watch out. Nice. Okay. Let's move. So we're gonna go up here. Usually this is the default way because there isn't actually any loot over the other side. So unless you're achievement hunting, we usually go up this way. God, you can hear a pin drop. They're so well behaved today. Look, I tell them that it's for a higher purpose for the community, and everyone's like, not talking. I'm not talking to you. I don't have any questions. Right, okay.
We're just listening.
Just listening. Okay, so Elf, you can see there's a 4-legged in front of you. You're just going to tag it, take it over to the icicle kitty that's on the corner straight ahead of us. This room, DDs, is going to defrost. There's a couple of rounds of it. The fates are usually the worst thing, which is the cats in the dress. They're going to drop a comet on a couple of players. If it is targeted at you, just roll out of the group, drop it to one side, and then come back. We will drop our ultimates after the first, when the first lot defrosts. Let me just change. I just need to... I didn't check my food. and my gear, so I am I'm paying a price. You can shout at me. Okay, right, Elf, whenever you are ready, I'll hand it over to you. You can count us in.
3, 2, 1.
Oh no! Quick, get Zeph up. And again, when people are down, you want to be resing as quick as you can. The dead can't do damage, and there's no iron team, gang. Please remember that. That's it, and then we're just going to loiter here with intent, wait for everything to come in, throw in hands, let your tanks taunt it and group it up. So the cats do sort of walk away, and then they will jump back. Or fly in some cases. Okay, bring them in. Some really nice stacking as well. Tanks, well done. And then there's just a fate a bit further down. Nice. And then we're going to carry on. If anybody wants to loot anything that's not pinned down, you are free to do so. This is training. We're chilling. I know what you loot goblins are like. Okay, so here in front of us, for anyone that's through the door, you've got a four-legged, so that's elves, and you're just going to take it into the corner whenever you're ready. It'll be this corner elf over here. So you just tag it and then come and stand here. And then trust that your off-tank chains everything else in. Okay, that was just a minor hiccup, but we'll learn by doing. I've got tone points to claim.
There's an add-on that does it for you.
Okay, so on here, Elf, you can see that there's two four-leggeds, and you're basically going to tag those, and there's going to be a fate that turns up near the tree on the left-hand side, and then you're going to loiter around just until everything's spawned in, tag the two-leggeds, and then hand them over to the go over to the fates. DDs, just watch out for the cats jumping, watch out for your comets, and try not to stand near the tank. Okay? Whenever you are ready, you may count us in.
Do I go into the corner or here to the stairs?
Where that cat is on the left hand side, that's where the fate will turn up. So you're just gonna taunt the far cat and then taunt that one near the tree and stand there.
Okay.
There was a Will throwing hands on me somewhere. Try and get your tank up.
I'm not sure that's possible.
Where were you?
I was thrown off the cliff.
Oh, you don't need to go that far back. You can just stand here and then just like.
No, I just went around the corner to lost the range. And then the cat threw me away.
Them cliffs turn into marshmallows sometimes. Watch out for the level 50 cactus. Right, okay. So, this wonderful big boy in front of us he's not that scary if you break everything down. So if you fought one dragon, you kind of fought all the dragons. You're going to fight between the head and the wing on the right hand side. Now when the fight starts, the dragon's going to get an AoE underneath him, so you don't want to be standing too close, otherwise you'll take damage from that. And even I can't heal that. I'm not that much of a miracle worker. So we're going to get some tombs that are at the back of the arena. I'll go in the first one, and then you can go in the second one, Ari, okay? And then if we need a third one, Sir Max can go in number 3 if we see one. But for the past couple, thank you, for the past couple of trainings, your bear's dancing. Look at the dancing bear. So DDs, if you have not been assigned a tomb position, you're basically going to face front, face forward, and you're going to pass your tits off. You can drop your ultimates at the beginning, and then we are basically pushing that dragon to flight. Now, when the dragon flies off, we are going to go from exit to entrance, and we are going to be focusing on the storm atros. So the storm atros are the rocky ones that land on the playing field, and we're going to try and move as much as a team as possible. So you want to try and just stay together, stay in all the heals, and again, I expect people to run around like headless chickens. That's totally fine. This is training. You learn by doing. If that's what you need to do to learn, then that's okay as well, you know. Just be careful, because the storm atro behaves like every other storm atro. When it gets down to final 25%, it's going to go ham radio and start shooting out lightning. So you want to try and make sure that you kind of just take a deep breath, clench, and carry on passing and execute it, because the quicker he goes away, the less likely he is to take any of our players out. And then once we've got over to entrance, your tanks, as we're going along, are going to be dragging them through the lightning circles on the floor. And going to be debuffing them. Some of them will disappear, some of them might need focusing, and again, that is me. I will shout at you and tell you that's what you need to do. If we need to get the reses, get the reses. If you've got ultimate generation is quite quick at the moment, so again, if you've got ultis on trash, please use them on the storm atros. We want to clear that playing field as quick as possible. You're going to be holding the ice atros. Just be careful you don't end up in a tomb. If you do end up in a tomb, just be like, tanks in tomb, and then me and Ari might heal you out, or leave you there to think about your decisions, okay? But we'll see. We'll roll the dice. Apart from that, he's going to fly up a few times. We're going to do exactly the same thing. We're going to get rid of the storm atros. Just be careful, because he does like a lightning breath across the arena. On the third flight phase, the lightning breath is like an X across the arena as we're looking at it. That can get quite visually overwhelming for people that are still learning. So just be kind to yourself. If you end up panicking, just roll dodge through the lightning and try and get to the group as quick as you can to get those heals. He will do a big laser breath across everybody. Only thing you gotta do is kind of just block the first tick that hits you, and then your healers will just heal you. On a standard vet, it's not that scary. On hard mode, that's where the step up is, and it's a bit more chunky. Okay, shall we see how we get on, and does anybody have any questions? Kate told it to dance for the video. It's dancing at the end, you know. We're gonna have a little raid dance party. How to stop it? The bear won't. Don't stop the beat. Can't stop. Won't stop the beat. Okay, there are no questions. So Elf, if you come and stand over here. Now, again, when you're learning, I'm not really bothered. A lot of tanks tend to come in here and train, and sometimes they'll end up tanking the dragons up close and just roll dodging the breath, and then the comfier they get, the further out they get, and then they end up learning how to range tank it. It can be a bit tricky if you want, like, you know, for range tanking, just because it's a bit more of a resource management juggle as well. Pardon me, let me just clear my throat. But all that happens is just be careful of the breath, and then just be careful of any ice tombs that are near the back. But if you stay around near these rocks, you'll be totally fine. And watch out, people, because if you get too close to the wing, you will get yeeted off, and we gotta get the res, okay? Hi, Barlows. Welcome in. Right, I will hand it over to the tank whenever you are ready. You can count.
So I can fully tank here while the dragon is over there, right?
Yep. If you are comfortable or you want to learn how to do that, that is totally fine. You
Okay.
have the floor.
Sure. Go.
Stack up, guys. Drop your ultimates. Oh, okay.
That was scary.
That was very close. Can I just clean this up? Can everybody jump off a cliff?
On your knees.
Let's not have a dragon facing in group, please. That was a bit of a cleansy moment. Thank you. I think it was just a stolen taunt, wasn't it? Or did your taunt fall off?
No, it was my fault.
Your fault. Accountability is everything, Allah. Yep, totally fine. Okay, so again, just be careful. If you need to, just stand a bit away from the group and just face it. I usually have my back to it, but it can get a bit janky. But yeah, just be careful. Apart from that, same again. Elf, count us in.
3, 2, 1.
I always think there's 2 on veteran of the tombs. So funny. He's gonna fly, and then we're gonna go over to exit, and we're gonna stand on this storm atro here, and we're gonna mow them all down. Watch out for cleave. And then we're gonna move. So we're gonna move over, focus on these 2 in the middle. Watch out for the line. And then if you're on the other side, just roll through it and come over to entrance. So you just want to pick up the pace a tiny bit, get rid of that front one, and then just block, let your healers do their thing. And then we're getting rid of the storm atros. So pull the high health atro through the storm circle. Watch out for cleave. Drop your ultimates if you've got them. That wing is looking very questionable. Get me up. And again, when the dragon lands, sometimes it can be quite clenchy for healers as well to have the resources back because they panicked. So we will get a 3rd tomb spawn, so just be careful. It'll spawn after breath if you don't push it to flight. Okay, so max. I'm finally going. And then DDs, you go over to exit. Watch out for the breath because it comes in straight away. Watch out for cleave, and let's get these storm atros gone. Let's move. Look at that little ice atro party. We need to get rid of those. Watch out for the far atro. It will go ham radio in a second. Right, drag the ice atros through it. Watch out for the line. And then get the reses, please, as quick as we can. There's a storm circle over on entrance, over the lightning line. DDs, try and finish those 2 low health ones off. Stack up. When the dragon's landed, watch out for that wing. Oh, the healer's dead. Quick, get the healer up. And then you'll have to get me up once I'm out of this tomb. And there's always chaos in training. Perfectly expected. Start again.
Oh.
You can just run off the cliff. Yeah, don't run up the hill, just run off the cliff. Based on anything that we've seen, has anybody got any questions? Because you're at the halfway point, so all you need is a bit further and you're closer to the end. You're overwhelmed by... We got overwhelmed by Atros. Yeah, so whenever you've got the storm circles on the ground, ideally, you want 1 tank on the ice Atros, and then Elf, you can kind of sort of jump between the storm circles and pull them through, and then you've not... Because you were quite grouped up. And then when you've got the storm circles, if you've got a low health Atro and a high health Atro, take the high health Atro through the storm circle, because it can trip you up later on. And the low health ones, because they've already been debuffed, the DDs can get rid of them easier. All that happened was I think we just had a domino over of a couple of Atros, so we just got a bit overwhelmed in that sense. But I know that it can be quite hard to see on the floor, which is usually why you've got like a tank with the ice Atros, and then the other tank will just sort of float around waiting for the storm circles. And then as long as you communicate that to your other tank, just be like, I'm taking one, and then that way they don't panic, retaunt it, and think it's going to go for one of the DDs. DDs as well, just watch out for the cleaves from the ice Atros. If you look like you see a nice little enemy circle on the ground, you can just panic roll dodge, and you maximise your chances of survival massively. Only ice through the storm ring. Yeah, that's it.
Okay, got it.
Okay. Right, I'll hand it over to the tanks. We'll go again. Let's get that clear.
3, 2, 1.
Really nice breath. Okay, over to exit. So you can see where the Atros are going to land because there's some lightning that turns up on the floor as they're coming down. So we're going to move straight down the middle. So now this is nearly down to execute. Put your dots on it, we're moving. And you want to kind of move as a group. One nice little lawnmower. So just be careful because there's one at the back. So wait till the lightning line's gone. And watch out for them going ham radio. Here's your breath. And then watch out for the wing when the dragon lands. Get back into position. Ultimates. Can we not move that dragon breath because you've lost both your healers? Can we get the res? If somebody could go in tomb 2. Was that another breath?
Yeah.
Okay, can we stop doing that? I'm getting annoyed. It's a schoolboy error. Because the tank's taunting.
Tank was dead.
I'll give everyone a second. Can we double check Alice still with us? There's not another march going on putting strain on the servers, is there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Are you ignorant to your own mortality?
Something's not working right.
Tragic.
I didn't taunt him this time.
Okay.
Yes, because the main tank died.
Yeah, he died that second time.
Yeah, I saw the ring run lose 2 times.
Right, okay. If it's easy, I was going to say sometimes if you get a bit panicked, but just move in and just tank closer as well if you need to. Like, there's absolutely no shame in that. Because 9 times out of 10, like, you're not really range tanking until you get into, like, the progs and the hard modes and stuff where you're forcing the breath before the percentages as well. But we'll try again. No, blame Allah. Yeah, we're going to blame Allah.
We said no blame, Anna.
No, we've got a new tank. We're blaming Allah anyway, okay? Whenever you're
Next
ready.
time I'll switch with Karma.
Blaming the healers. Totally fine as well. Right, over to you,
2,
Elf.
1.
Let's
Yeah,
go.
he died.
If you've got ultimates, please drop them at the beginning on.
Tragic.
There's magic. And there's your 2. Up, Max, no! It'll be 5 seconds to tomb 2. He was gonna breathe! I saw that. Over to exit, please.
I'll shout you into dust. Those are those.
And then we're moving. We've got this nice little chunk over here on entrance. Let's go. Watch out for the one in the middle. It's going to go ham radio. Watch out for the cleave. And get mowing. Get your healer up. And stay together for breath. Last storm atro at the back. Watch out for the dragon landing. Watch out for the wing slap. DD, stack up. If you could just put your dots on the low health atros behind your DDs just to free up your tank. It just puts less pressure on them. There's your tomb 2. Okay, so we've got a bit extra. Ideally, I want this playing field absolutely cleared. So DD's try and hard focus everything. Focus that pass. Watch out for breath. You've got one going ham radio in the middle. Just try and get rid of that as quick as you can. Are we missing the storm circles? Because we shouldn't really have this many.
No, we used.
Okay, just checking. Thought it'd be a bit less than this by now. Okay, DDs, please pass your tits off on this frost atro. We want to clear this up. No worries. Just get back to us when you can. Get the dead up. DDs, you want to stack up. You do not want to be on the tank side. Your dragon's landed. Get back to group. Just heal him out of it. Nice. You were in Tomb Hippo and we got you out of it. Drop your ultimates if you've got them, if anybody has. And you are keeping calm, and you are just carrying on passing. Watch out for cleave. Roll. Get the reses. Try not to stand too close underneath the dragon. Focus that low health Storm Atro, and then go over to exit. And then after this, we're going to go and stand on the back middle. So make your way around all of this. And you want to be in the middle of this X here, focusing on these two Storm Atros. If we can get the reses, please. And then everybody's together. Watch out for breath, and then we'll carry on getting the reses. Ooh, watch out for cleave. Get the reses. You're not going to get an execute yet. We'll keep going. Watch out for the wing slap and Tomb 1. That's probably the most chaotic Sunspire I've had in a while. I love it. I'm gonna die, so please get your healer up and then get ready to get me up. Everybody else, you should be executing that dragon. Tomb 2. Where's my magic one? That was a scrappy. I like it though. Well done. GG guys. So again, with training's messy. Training can be stressful. It can be visually overwhelming, but you've cleared it. So next time you're in here, you just clean it up. You work on getting quicker. So there's a couple of ways you can do this trash pull. So the tanks can either run in, spawn everything and stack it on the fates, or you can run back through the archway and stack them on the archway, and the DDs stay here. What are you doing, tanks? Talk to me.
Let's go with the arch.
You want to come back through the arch? Okay, so DDs, we're going to stay here. If that's what your tank's instructions are, we're going to stay here, stay grouped, wait for your tanks to run in. They're going to taunt everything, and then your stack is going to be where the tanks are stood now. If you have a comet that is targeting you, just take a couple of roll dodges backwards near this brazier and just drop them out of group. If you drop the comets in group, all you're doing is just reducing our DPS, which means the ads are going to stay around a bit longer, and the tanks are going to learn a bit more about resource management. Okay? Whenever you're ready, tanks, take it away.
3, 2, 1.
So just stay here, wait for your tanks to come in. And then we can just move forward and start passing. There's your comets, watch out. And then just get the res and then focus the fate and the will, and you will be fine. And again, you learn more from dying. You are free to loot, guys, as well. Just be careful the edges don't turn into marshmallows. And again, I tell everybody, die as many times as you need to get it right and learn, because you learn more by dying. You know, if you succeeded at everything, it'd just be like, okay, you just probably suck at dying and you take it really hard. Allah, can you go down the way, please, and bring the other cats up? Thank you. Everybody else, we're staying here. Do not move unless you are looting. And then we're just coming back to this platform. Okay, so, Elf, what you're going to do is you're going to run in. There is a cat that is led down on the right-hand side near the steps. And then there is a cat over on the far left. There's a couple of them, I think. And then you're going to run to the archway that's just over there. Allah is going to meet you at that archway with another load of ads that are down the bottom, and we're just going to group everything up and we're just going to nuke it. So if anybody has got ultimates, you are more than welcome to use them on here to remove this as quick as we can. Just be careful when the cats jump. Make sure you're blocking, otherwise you might get yeeted off a cliff or you might get stuck in one of the little hills, and we don't really want to be fighting on a hill because the AoEs get janky. Okay, DDs, you just want to take care of the people doing the jumping jacks, and it gives you tanks time to taunt everything. Allah, are you in position?
Oh, yes.
Okay, whenever you're ready, Elf, run in.
3, 2.
And then that's it, you just taunt in, running straight over. And again, this gets just visually overwhelming more than anything, so you've just got to keep calm and carry on passing. Nice. Right, you are free to loot round here, and the lower levels. You are basically clear until the boss now. And again, don't forget to bind your stuff as well if you are newer to veteran raiding. Fill that sticker book out. Maximize your runs.
Begone, vermin.
I once gave a 1, 2, 3 countdown. Oh, it always makes my eye twitch when I hear people say 1, 2, 3. And again, it is purely like, you know, tags preference or whatever. But, you know, just when you're so used to hearing 3, 2, 1. So when somebody goes 1, 2, 3, I'm like, ugh.
Dare enter my domain.
I prefer not to count even because the moment I start counting, everyone goes in. That's kind of pointless.
Okay, so there are pros and cons to what you are doing. I know there are a few experienced people here. Can anybody tell me the benefit of counting down from a tank? So we know.
Blast bones.
So we know how to pre-buff. So there's a couple of things that counting down as a tank is so beneficial to your group, and to everybody else. So your other tank is going to be preparing his shield to make sure he knows where, you know, pulling trash in towards you. You as a tank should be getting into the best possible position to start entering into that fight, and also it gives you DD. So again, like just casting, pressing buttons that it saves them time when they get into the fight. So by the time they get to that dragon, it's going to be a couple of skills, ulti, couple of skills, and then that's it. And it's going to be the brunt end of their damage. And you do see the difference between like a well sort of counted in group to somebody that goes, oh, just go, because your DDs are caught so off guard. And the only thing that you do is trip yourself up as a tank, because if your DDs are in the best possible position, then that trash or that boss isn't going to be around for long, which makes your life easier as a tank as well. So you've all got to remember like that cohesion as well. And it can, and again, to start off with, this is training, so I'm not expecting consistent counts from tanks. But I mean, yeah, you don't have to take ages either. It's just basically just it's literally like GCDs. So 3, 2, 1, go. And again, people that are casting blast bones, they're casting that as soon as you say 3 anyway. As long as you've got the taunt off, and if anything kills any of the DDs while you're counting down, that's their fault for just being greedy. That's nothing to do with you as a tank or anything to do with your skills. Okay, Right, let's go. So DDs, when we start passing here, the longer this dragon stays on the ground, the harder it is for the group. We are accompanied by an Iron Atro and 2 Flame Atros. It's the Flame Atros that we are going to be taking out. So again, if you are comfy, you can hand the Atros over to the main tank and he chains them next to the dragon and they'll just go in passive damage. And then the dragon flies and then we just finish them off. If you burn them too quickly, you end up with big lava pools near the group. So we tend to mix around with both scenarios in training. For the purposes of this training, Allah, if you can just grab the Flame Atros, stack them on the Iron Atro, and just have your own one-man party at the back, I would be grateful. And then Elf, if you just focus on Yolna and just get comfy with him as well. So just be careful, because if you get too close to him, he's going to stagger you backwards. And then when he bites you, the bite is going to leave an AoE on the ground. Now, me, as a tank, I have a wonderful habit of dropping it exactly where I need to be. So sometimes for a tank, it can take a couple of goes to figure it out on placement. And then moving into a comfy position. The only thing I tell you is don't move too far backwards. Because this boss has got a range penalty. So it goes, oh, did you get comfy range tanking that last dragon, did you? Okay. So if you go too far back, I think your tooltip, your death recap basically says it's like 250k damage. And that basically, so whenever you look at your death recap, if it's got a high number for the fire, it just means that you've taken the range penalty as well, and you just need to work on your boundaries and getting closer. You will find that sweet spot. Again, that's why training's there, because that's tanks learn by doing, and so does everyone else. Apart from that, when the dragon flies, we are going to focus on the small Flame Atros. We're going to ignore the big Iron Atro, and then there's going to be an arena-wide Cataclysm, so it's all fire. We're not going to have any Kentucky Fried Guildies tonight, okay? So we're all going to stay at the edge. We're going to stay clear. Only thing you need to do is watch out for the Iron Atro. We'll do a stomp, and he'll throw out some bits and pieces if he needs a Snickers. So just trying not to stand in that. But you should be building up ultimates on him. He should be close enough to the edge. But you can just pass on him. Once the Cataclysm hits, he takes so much damage. He'll just be gone. You can tickle him. And then we're going to stack up, and we're going to do it all again. This boss will move around this arena. So as we're looking at him now, that's 12 o'clock. It'll go to 3 o'clock, 6 o'clock, and then 9 o'clock. If you get a fire AoE underneath your feet, please stay in group. If you are on the roster, if you are in the top set of numbers, you will be on the left-hand side. If you are on the bottom set of numbers, you will be on the right-hand side. So you will just be near the knuckle, like near his nail on his wing, okay? All that happens is you can just sets you up nicely, so you don't overlap the circles. On veteran, sometimes you'll notice it, sometimes you won't. On hard mode, that's when it really matters, so it just kind of bridges that gap, so it's not as overwhelming that you've got to be in 2 groups. You'd be surprised, okay? Anybody got any questions? But apart from that, this is past practice. Nope. Okay, I'll hand it over to the tank. Elf, when you are ready. Ari, if you get the left-hand group, I'll get the right-hand group.
3, 2, 1.
Okay.
And just stay where you are to share your damage if you get your AoE. So it's on War Hippo, and we're just going to stay over this side. That's it, try and roll dodge forward as quick as you can. That's it, keep pushing. Turn around, get your Flame Atros. And then as soon as they're nearly dead, just put your dots on them and come out. We'll get the res after the Cataclysm. Get your tank up, please. Watch out for the fire. And watch out for the dragon landing. Try and get the reses as quick as you can. And then you're just going to stack back up. That's it. And then just keep calm and carry on passing. DDs, you want a really tight stack. That should be a shirt. Yeah, it should, shouldn't it? What is this stack, you guys? We're looking at COVID guidelines here. I want you all nice and tight in your two groups, okay? Everyone inside each other. Just watch out for that AoE, obviously. Don't stand in that. That's from the dragon.
Can someone take the fucking dragon?
Roll dodge! Can we get the reses as quick as we can? So if we get another iron actro, what I will do is I will wipe it and start again. Only because you don't want to get into the habit of having more iron actros on the playing field. You don't really want any more than one iron actro and two flame actros. And then that just means your DDs need to have their Weetabix. Right, he's flying off. Nice recovery, guys. Let's get to the edge. They're gone. Move, move, move. Yogi, no! Okay, watch out for the fire. And then get ready to do exactly the same thing again, guys, okay? Stack up, drop your ultimates. The longer that dragon stays on the ground, the worse it is. Keep going, keep pushing. That's it, get that flight. So it's just me and you, Zeph. We're riding it, okay? They all fucked off. Get to the edge, guys. No Kentucky Fried Gilded tonight, please. And ideally what you want to do if the mechanic is still up, you want to stay in that circle so me and Zeph weren't raw dogging life then. Okay? Stack up. Execute this bitch. That's it, and then just hold them at the back. Everybody should be using their execute buttons, whatever that may be. Nice. Well done, guys. 2 down, 1 more to go. Oh, well.
Going a long way.
We're going the long way, guys. Don't you dare jump in that oil. What, you think I'm going to give it to you that easy? Shut your mouths. I'm going to start learning to swear at you in different languages as well to make myself more accessible to the viewers. If you look at the list, the only languages Cake speaks are English, Bad English, and Northern. Okay, so...
Don't worry, we have a Southern translator.
We do have a Southern... Yeah, we do. We've got farmer translations from Zeph, and then we've got southern translations from Red. Oh no, you meant you for the southern. Oh, Zeph put okay.
It's okay. I did farmer southern. It's very specific.
It's a farmer southern specific. Okay, so not many people see this nice little trail, only because again, outside of achievements, there's no benefit from it. But I'm gonna make you work hard for your money tonight. Okay, so you're gonna get 2 rounds of this. You got 4-leggeds and 2-leggeds. Ideally, you roughly want the stack around near that fire fang, because that's when the second lot comes in. That's sort of where we're gonna be, and then it will make sure you get the ones that spawn at the back. Okay. If anyone does have ultimates left over, just fucking use them. I'm not bothered. This one's easy until we get to the room with all the holes in. Okay? So just do your best. That's all I can ask for. Tanks, I will hand it over to you.
3, 2, 1.
That's it. Get everything together. Nice, well done. So there's no loot, so we're just basically straight running it until we get to the room with the hole in. Just watch out for the ads, and then just let your tanks you can run in and grab everything.
Yo.
I was gonna say, did those fucking cats just literally fly through? Like, I don't think I've ever seen them get the length that they just have. Wow. I'm flying, Jack. I'm flying. Nice one. Let's keep going. So there is a cat that needs taken into a corner as well at some point. So we'll just keep an eye out for that. If you are a DD, just be careful. Oh, it's after the holy room. Right, so this room is holy but not blessed, you guys. So where that altar is on the central platform, that is where we are going to be headed. Your tanks are going to try and taunt everything as best they can. The only thing I say, tanks, is if you are going to try and chain anything in, make sure that you are stood sort of a couple of steps back from the edge, especially if you're taunting from the edge of the platform. A lot of tanks will panic taunt, try and chain it in, and not give it any space to move into because you're stood on the edge of the platform. So if you do taunt it, you can just step back a couple of paces, and then it will be able to move into the area as well. DDs, if any of these cats jump up, it is well in your best interests to block. If you get yeeted down a hole, we cannot get you up. So you've just got to wait until the fight starts. But if you'll get ported back to the way shrine, and we're going to be heading down through the middle doors as well. So you just regroup there if you fall down a hole. Okay. Apart from that, I usually try and jump on the table and just heal from there and clench. But try your best. That's all I can ask for. Tanks, are you ready?
3, 2, 1.
Let's go. I fell down. Oh.
Ah! My raid lead.
My raid lead. See, I just showed you. You know, you do what I say, don't do what I do. You can watch one of the other better streams than mine for the POV.
I hope somebody clips that.
Clip it, honestly.
Twitch, clip that type shit.
Do it. She tripped. The vine hid it. Do you know what? I know it's there as well. It's just really funny, and I've not done it for ages. And then the moment we're in serious mode, I just fall down there. It's fine.
We haven't got a healer, so good luck, everyone.
Yeah, please just be careful because you don't have healers. I don't know what Ari's excuse is. I just got mine in first quieter, so just before anyone spoke.
I followed you.
Why? don't follow me.
Down as well.
Nobody else followed me. Nobody else did. It's fine. Look, nobody listens to your raid lead. I pulled Ari down with me. Karma, yes I did. I'm like, if I'm going, I will take you with me. So DDs, you want to just carry on straight through, and we will meet you at the center. Just be careful of the cat at the top of the stairs. And yeah, another one bites the dust. We need that. We need that as a blip. It's all right. They're just taking the shortcut. What did you say? Sorry, Lotian.
Can't we just we order?
No, I'm gonna make you work hard for your training. All of this is fairly simple.
Okay.
Lego.
Go,
Three.
thugs, go.
2, 1.
Cake, you've trained them so well, they were waiting for you.
Oh my god. I'm sat eating cucumber.
No, if Cake was there, someone would have pulled up accidentally.
Okay, tanks when you come in. Elf, you're going to get the left side. Ali, you're going to get the right side. You're going to taunt them, and then you're going to roll back through this door. Make sure you stood at the back of the room where we are, because it can be harder to taunt them, especially this knob that spawns in here. Taunt them, round them up, and then get to the door. That's it. Over here. Not too shabby. Okay, do I have any portal volunteers? Is there anybody that's... yeah, Zeph can go in. Woohoo! Okay, Zeph, because you were first up, you get preference on whichever portal you want. The fucking... you know, I'm so kind to you guys.
Middle. I don't have to
Middle.
think about left and right.
Absolutely, I'm the same. I always go down. I'm literally the same. That's the only reason I choose middle. Can I switch to DD setup? No, you've got taunts to do. I'll be quiet. You signed up as a tank. You will be a tank. That is what you are. Well, off tank, should I say. 2 more volunteers. Otherwise, I will absolutely bully every single one of you. Just dispelling myths on portals. On a standard veteran, you literally need a 45k pass in there to hit that. That is it. That is how low the requirement is. Okay? So, if anybody needs to go in there, Exia, which portal would you like? British portal. Would you like left or right? Whatever. Okay, so if I give you the right one, and then... Hippo, how's your connection? Can I send you in the left one? Where is it?
But I thought Max volunteered.
Did Max... Oh, did he? Sorry. I thought he was just trying to stand up for... He was trying to be Allah's union rep for raiding. No! It literally... Oh, it's because you've wrote it in British. I thought it meant poor Al, as in the fact that Allah wanted to swap. And you're like... That's the only reason my brain just literally didn't even register what you were saying. I skipped some steps. Right, Max, you've got left. I'm sorry. I apologise for misinterpreting your message. Misinterpreting your message. Okay, so I'll start with the portal team. When I tell you to go, you will go into a portal that is your assigned spot. Now, if you can see the tear that is just hovering above the arena, it looks like a nice little shimmer thing. That's what your portal looks like, and there'll be a left one, a right one, and a middle one. So you'll go up to it, synergy, you're going to go in, and there will be an arena that looks exactly like this one, and there is just one cat in the middle of it. Okay, once that cat is stood there, the first thing that happens, hey Span, once you get in there will always be a mechanic that hits one of the players, whether that be a negate, whether that be a sweep from the cat in the portal, or a comet. So try and loiter around the edge to start off with. Once the mechanics come in, you're going to go in, lot are going to save your ultimates for the portal, so you're going to drop your ultimates, go into your pass, and watch out for everything that happens. So, for the most part, it's quite chilled. You're just going to pass for a little bit, and then there's going to be some coal lightning. So the coal lightning is basically just similar. If you've been to Sanctum Ophidia, it's just that little blob on the floor. Just make sure that when you're moving in a certain direction, you're committing to that direction. If you double back on yourself, then the chances are you'll get hit by lightning. If you need potions, obviously again, use them. Weaving blows, things like that, all going to be great in your kit. But again, the bar's quite low for in there. He will put his hands together and he will start praying, which is an interruptible mechanic. If you don't interrupt it, you'll all get thrown back, so just be careful. And he gets a nice little AoE underneath his feet, and I always look at that and get really distracted. Afterwards, members of your team will start getting pinned. So first time it'll be 1 pin, then it'll be 2, and then it'll be 3. But in Veteran, the damage creep has made it so easy that I'm hoping you're going to be back before 2 people get pinned, okay? Upstairs group, we are passing, we are getting rid of this trash, and when I tell you that this trash is worse than the dragon, please believe me. We are going to nuke this trash as quick as possible, and with each time the dragon flies off, there will be a couple of additions to this trash. So that'll be where Allah comes in. So if Allah had moved to a DD, chances are some of those cats would have come in throwing hands and we'd have lost a couple of members. Okay, so Allah's going to grab the extra ones. Elf, you've got the ones that are on the table now and you will stack them on the fate. DDs, if you've got ultimates, when that trash comes in, all of the trash is going to be stacked on that fate where we can see it now. It will always be near there. So as soon as it looks like a fucking stack, you're going to drop a house on it, okay? Literally, on the forehead. Get rid of it. After that, we're going to dance. We're going to dodge some fire circles. And then we are going to hide behind the statues that are around the outside. Please try not to stand behind the statue too early, because there will be an AoE near it. And it can take out the group as well. So you are okay loitering within the vicinity. Some people tend to just go dancing and jumping everywhere. That's totally fine too. I don't care how you get there as long as you get there. We're going to have 3 portals. So we're going to wish them luck every single time. I'll save my horn and hopefully grab the portal people before they go, just to give them a decent start. And then when we get into the last quarter, so once we've had all the portals done, the sky will change colour and it will look really pretty, and not many people look up at the sky because they're too busy being terrified of a dragon. But all that happens is a few players are going to get targeted with meteors. Please take your meteors out of the group and drop them around the outside of the arena. We're all adults here. There's no need to shit in the group, okay? Let's not bring our damage down. It'll be fine. And any problems or hurdles, we will deal with them as they arise. Does anybody have any questions? Speak now or forever hold your peace. Where they say the trash is worse than the dragon. The trash could be really horrible in here. So what happens is when you stack the trash up, Navi will spit out like an AoE, and if all the trash hasn't disappeared, it'll all enrage and everything starts glowing red. So you can either keep the trash where it is in the circle if it's close to being dead, and you can get rid of it. But if it stays in the circle and it's not gone, then they get a nice buff to the health. They're all enraged, and then it has like a domino effect. So your tanks end up struggling, or they get thrown in fire. Some of the DDs get wiped out and things like that as well. Thank you so much for the follows. I will get round to all of you, I promise. I will just finish this raid leading. Okay. I don't think we've got any questions. I remember struggling on hard mode here at Trash for the first clear. Again, hard mode is a whole other ball game, and I usually say to everyone, just do veteran content or normal content until it becomes second nature to you, until you know how everything in there looks, behaves, acts, how it hits you, how, you know, all these different things, and you figure it out together as well. Hard mode in here is fantastic. It is definitely one of the nicer, I think it's a nicer one, to be fair, and there's a couple of different ways you can tackle it as well, depending on your group, depending on group ability and things like that. But for a standard hard mode clear, even in the lower damage groups now as well, they're doing fantastic. Okay, let's get in the arena. Our stack is going to be roughly where that fate is. Also, other raiding myths to dispel. When anybody tells you that there is a golden sky shard or a buff in this outside circle, please do not believe them. That is a myth, okay? And you just die from fire. You know, like that Kentucky Fried Guildy I told you earlier. That happens. So please make sure you are on the inside of the arena when this fight starts, okay? Right, I will hand it over to... It will bake your beans. I love that saying. I will hand it over to the tanks whenever you are ready. Take it away.
3, 2, 1.
There we go. So all that happens is you just get a few additions. So we're going to get ready to dance and hide now. That's it. And we're just going to Cotton Eye Joe this for a little bit. 1. And hide. Okay, and then our dragon's going to land. And then it is going to be pass practice. Stack up. Oh, I haven't got my vertical health bar. That's beautiful. It's going to be portal after breath, you guys, so just keep an eye out. There's your horn. Go to your portal and Godspeed. Blodge now. I usually say blodge because I can never tell my brain to say block or roll dodge. So it's just a blodge, just for cake language. Stack the trash up, and as soon as it's stacked on the Fate, anyone that's got ultimates, please drop them. Get rid of it as quick as you can. So there's the AoE on the floor that buffs everything. So can you see the Fate just got a nice little chunk to his health. Started glowing, so everything, the tanks are going to feel it a bit more now. DDs, please make sure you are working your way through that trash. So you can recover it as well, which is really nice. But it can be weighty in training. Did I mean for chat to be followeroni? No, I did not. 3, 2, 1, and hide. I mean, to be fair, it might be. You might all just need to pledge your allegiance and loyalty to Cake before you are allowed to address or speak to me, you know. I have those essences of grandeur sometimes. Just change my settings. Okay, keep calm. Carry on passing. And you're just doing the same thing. And a blodge. And then keep passing. Portal team, you can go. Okay, move back while the tanks round the trash up. We're going to stack it on the Fate. And drop your ultimates, please, if you've got them. Watch out for that AoE. Everything's going to get a nice chunk. Tanks, please be careful. Comets out and block. And the comets out and block. And then just watch out for the Fate at the back as well, please. Right, so all this trash should be gone by now. Finish this will off, and then we're going to get ready to dance. Can we get the reses, please? The dead can't do damage. There's no iron team. What is this? And a 3. And a 2. And a 1. And hide, and then we'll get any of the recovery after. Survive this. Okay, get the reses, get the recovery. That dragon's gonna land. DD, slow it down until we've got everybody back on the feet. Get ready to blodge. Blodge now. Beautiful. Solid like a rock. I didn't see anybody move there. Abs of steel. I fucking love it. It'll be portal after breath, so just be careful. There's your horn. Portal team, you can go. Get ready to blodge. Blodge now. Okay, give your tanks time to round it up. There is a lot of shit on this playing field. That's it. Stacked up. Please drop your ultimates now, please. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Why am I alone? Watch out on the floor. That's it. Try and chunk it down. Nice. That was beautiful. Portal team, well done. Everybody else, well done. We're going to dance and hide. We're going to Cotton Eye Joe. 3 and 2 and 1 and hide. So DDs next time round, when the sky changes a nice funky colour, don't forget to take your meteors out the group. We're all adults here. If I see anyone shit in the group, I will call it out, I promise. Then you can drop your ultimates and you can pass. And this is it, home high and dry. Get ready to blodge. Blodge now. See? Look how pretty all this is, you know? And just throw a vigor out, gaze at everything. Meteors out, fuckers! Don't be shitting. That's it, nice one, well done. As long as there's a nice little place for us to pass, your damage will be fine. I'll get the res, you keep passing. Bludge. Meteors out. GG, guys. Well done, gang. I did keep you a little bit over the break time as well, so if anybody does need to go and grab a drink or go for a bio break, please do so. We will probably, I'll finish off the evening with, we'll do a quick run of Ethereum Archive. We'll let you go nice and easy, and then nice and early as well, because it should only take like 10 minutes. You can bring a DD. We're going to give Elf everything in Ethereum Archive.
This one would.
Okay, and then if everyone else, go get drinks, go fill up your ultimates. I will meet you in Ethereum Archive. No, why am I? Oh, I did it wrong. My brain's not braining in this heat. I can't even function. Span, guys, everyone, thank you so much for the raid. Oh my god, like I was just like literally in the middle of mechanics and I couldn't even speak or function. Thank you so much for coming and checking everything out. I hope your stream was okay. We have been delving into all things raiding. So we started off stream with a little campfire chat just around you know, different aspects of raiding, from a raid lead standpoint, from a learning standpoint, little bits and pieces just for anybody that was thinking about getting into raiding. We were dispelling some myths and sort of different things like that, any preconceptions. So if anybody's heard any dodgy myths before they started raiding, you know, like you need full golded out perfected gear to do normal raids or something, please do not hesitate to drop them in chat. And then once we'd done that, I waffled for far too long, and then we went over to Veteran Sunspire, and as you joined, We were just going to the end of Veteran Sunspire. They did absolutely fantastically. Again, for training, I've got Hodors on. I've got everything just to show you that, like, you know, you can still get through it. And even if your damage is on the low end, you know, like, you just sort of adapt, you overcome, you figure it out together. I always account for everybody's nerves in raiding. And everybody that is the nervous raider. I'm a nervous raider, so obviously I'm gonna create my environments to that. So we were discussing all things training and bits and pieces. It was absolutely fantastic. For anybody, because again, there's been some amazing, awesome streamers today. So I think it can be quite hard having choice paralysis, trying to jump between all the different things. Just especially if, you know, some of them have got a lot of multiple topics that you're interested in. I know because I'm predominantly a raider, there's other streams that I've been lurking in, and, you know, looking at different parts of the game as well, because I'm literally in a raiding hole or a housing hole, you know. So we're gonna end our training evening just with a quick run of Ethereum Archive. So usually I tend to do this to wind down, only to show people this is the start of your raiding journey in Ethereum Archive. You learn what a tight stack is, you learn how one boss works, and there's not very many mechanics. So usually when we have a mechanically heavy trial, if we end up finishing before time, I usually show them the difference, because there's not a lot of stress in Ethereum Archive, and it can boost confidence as well. You can absolutely get some nice numbers in here, and it's just past practice as well. Hey Thors, I know that there's so many people that I've missed that have said hello. Thank you so much. And then afterwards, we are spreading a bit of positivity. So I have asked our training raid group to stay in the trial just while we all start dancing, just to show some love to, I call him Big Nick G because I can't say his last name. So we're just going to dance out the rest of the stream, and obviously say and answer any questions if anyone's got any as well. But I will be downloading. There he is. We're spreading positivity in this stream. We are raising morale. Salute. Thank you. Everyone has been saving their blurbs. Big Nick G, salute. Yeah, absolutely. Again, we're just trying to raise positivity, raise morale. If you can't see the light, you just got to be it, haven't you? So, again, that's not to say that we are ignorant to everything that has happened, but our focus is straightforward. And we're showing you that we are still raiding, we are still learning, we are still teaching, and we're not going nowhere. Absolutely not. Okay, so I think I've got the crown, haven't I? He's probably been shouting me and everything. He has, hasn't he? I was missing chat. I'm sorry. Because, and then obviously we were missing one of our little campfire people, because I was hoping that Red would chime in just from a newer raider point of view as well. So I might just pin him down later, you know. Lizard. That's what I need. Hey. Well, I need to grab a quick drink before we go. What I need. May you bring a werewolf? Yeah, of course you can. Do you need to switch characters? I was going to say just plus me when you're ready.
No, it's this character. It's not very geared up, but...
Thank you for my blurbs. I love our chaos song. We'll be dancing to that one as well. We're going to dance to the Big Nick G song. So I'll turn blurps off. And then, you can, and then you can dance. I always think it's quite dingy in Ethereum Archive, and I was just sat there thinking, like, where's a nice place to go and dance? Does anybody dance in Tamriel, guys? Can I have your recommendations? Does anybody just randomly
We're-
dance? Red, what cliff
I'm
are
not
you
the
usually
expert.
on?
Cliff?
Yeah, aren't you usually dancing on a rock somewhere?
Ah!
What was that? Clip it. Ah, it sounded like something off a scary movie. You like Eleanor? Eleanor. I can't even say that. I'm so sorry. I'm because I'm still learning how to speak. That anything with like double letters, like I end up struggling to say it. It's gonna be a throwback to 90s Euro dance. Watch. No, to be fair, I usually do a little montage at the end of the year of all the adventures that I've been on. So it's just to get some clips for that as well while I've got a full group of people. I forget to do it all the time, to be honest. I'm really bad at remembering stuff at the moment. So... Okay, everyone's ready. This is past practice. So, Elf, as soon as you get from one room to the next, it's basically, I am going to hand this whole thing over to you. So it's 3, 2, 1, go. 3, 2, 1, go. 3, 2, 1. Oh my god, go. Okay, let's go.
Wait, was there a add-on or something that let you do the countdown? Pretty sure I saw something.
I'm not sure. I'm not saying...
Yeah, there's one.
There you go. I do one. Okay, straight in. Round it up.
3, 2, well.
That's it, keep going. And then if you get stuck in these ice tornadoes, you can just break free and roll through them. And then Elf, if you just grab these 2 ice atros if they're still alive, and then you just flip them round. And again, we've had ice atros in Sunspire, just watch out for the cleave. That's it, and then we're going to keep going. So, Elf in this room, you're just going to grab as many of the banners as possible, and then DDs, if you've got ultimates, please drop them. Whenever you're ready.
3, 2, 1.
We told the orc that the next interloper would lose his head. The first mages make good on their promises.
Beautiful. Keep going, watch out for the level 50 plank. Okay, this Storm Atro is basically just pass practice. You're going to have a tight stack behind him, and you're going to pass until a light shows up, and then it'll either be like front, back, left, or right, okay? Elf, you can go straight in when it lands. And then DDs, if you've got ultimates, you can drop them. Tighter stack than that, everybody inside each other, thank you. To the left, Beyonce style. So usually a couple of cheeky roll dodges and you are in there and you are fine. And then we can go back out and carry on passing again. Over to the right, let's go. It's a bit awkward because he's on a bit of a dodgy angle, sorry. Oh. Get the res. And then bring him back onto this platform, please, Elf. This is where you'll always be. That's it. And then we're over to the right again, guys. Get in the circle. And you can execute. Okay, can I have a tank in the middle and a tank on the left? I think it is. Like, I always get them mixed up. As long as I don't have 2 healers and 2 tanks on each pad, you can fight amongst yourselves, you know. We'll do rock, paper, scissors for everything.
Only got 1 tank.
True. Okay, so you're going to focus on your banner first, and you're going to make your way down your path. Bash anything that looks like it's healing the enemy. And then once you're done, you just rejoin the group. And then there's a chest once you finish killing everything. And you can get your loot and then stand on your pad. Everywhere. You see Alla running ahead. Well, Alla's a DD now, you know.
Bad on the right hand side.
That's it. Give it a little wiggle. So we're going to go back across the bridge and we're all going to stack on a rock. You don't need to move off that rock. Your tank will just bring everything to us. And you're just going to bash anything that looks like it's healing the enemy. That's it. So we're just going to stand here. Everybody inside each other. Thank you. And then again, this is more visually overwhelming than anything else because you've got like the chain spinner circles, but the majority, most of, well, in fact all of this, you can, your healers will just do their job properly and you'll be fine. And then once all of this lot's dead, you'll have a couple of waves and then you can loot and then stand on a pad. Nice.
These creatures. Raise these obstructions to keep outsiders from reaching me. Stay back.
And then we're going to head over to our next boss.
You are truly foolish
Okay,
to come
so
by.
Elf, you're just going to taunt that, turn it round, and we're basically going to stand in between its two legs, and we're going to pass. When it's stood up, everything is fine. The moment it sits down, then you basically spread out a little bit and watch out for, just don't take a rock to the forehead. That is literally it, okay? There will be ads that come in, but 9 times out of 10, you can pass hard enough that it'll just disappear, okay? Apart from that, yeah, your AoEs, your healers should have you. They should be fine, okay? Try and stay together. Keep calm. Carry on passing. Elf, over to you.
3, 2.
That's it. Spread out. Block cast if you need to. Watch out for them flying rocks. And then as soon as he stands back up, you can come back together. It's like the Okie Kokie. That's it. Back together. And watch out for your rocks. Once the rocks have finished, there we go. Don't get stuck under the bridge. And then once you go up, there's usually a heavy sack in the middle, a chest to the right.
Add for your narrate.
I'm like, what's right? I'm like, I don't know. As soon as somebody says it, my brain forgets all logical and rational thought.
Should
There's-
on narrate. Oh.
Somebody moved. There's one over near me. Okay, make your way down your paths. So, just keep an eye out on the edges, because 9 times out of 10, I usually miss one.
I told the orc that the next interloper would lose his head. The first mages make good on their promises. Aid me.
And then don't forget to get the reses as quick as you can.
Anyone got ranged abilities?
Can I jump? Oh yeah.
And then just double check up and down your path just in case we've missed any. And then we're just waiting.
Is there another one?
I think it's just the middle group.
No.
Yep. Okay, there's usually 2 heavy sacks and a chest, I think. I always get confused. But you are free to loot. And a lot of people come to Craglorn, they get the clears, and then they never come here again. And it's actually quite cool to learn, like, just the foundations of raiding in Craglorn. And it's a great starting point as well for people. It's very underestimated in the training realms, Craglorn, because it teaches you quite a lot. And again, DDs, this next boss is past practice for when everybody gets here. We're going to just tackle it exactly the same as every other boss. We're just going to stay behind it. We're just going to pass. Everyone here, I will hand it over to the tank if we are.
3, 2, 1.
So these will split off, but 9 times out of 10 you can just hit them from the center. It's very strange now we don't have archer beams in here. But you should just be able to put some dots on them and they will disappear. And then you can execute. And the tank's got a really nice job here as well. Like, there's not much pressure for a tank, really. Nice, guys. Well done. There is a heavy sack on the corner. And again, just for dispelling raiding myths and stuff, don't ever believe anybody when they tell you there is a golden sky shard down here. There is no such thing as a golden sky shard, guys. However, you'd be surprised how many people are a full victim to that, you know. And it was one that I
I've fallen
actually
victim to that many times.
really, and honestly, it was something that when I put out about the has anybody got any myths or like, you know, any like bits and pieces that I can discuss, And the Golden Sky Shard one was one that I kind of forgot about, but it was very much relevant if you were a newer raider. And then I was like, oh my god, yeah, why did I forget about the Golden Sky Shard? And the Khajiit boobies in the bush in VMOL, you know, well, in more of Lacage, because it happens in normal as well. So there are no Khajiit boobies in that bush, okay? Don't let anybody tell you. There's no Golden Sky Shards. And then once everyone's ready, you can give it a little wiggle once you stood on your pad and you finish looting. Okay, so we are going to work from right to left, and Elf, you're just going to grab all the banners, taunt them, and then just let the DDs move through them. No, it's not hard mode. We're just going to take it easy today. And we're going to have a couple of rounds of trash, and then the mage is going to come down from her wonderful little perch. Now, when she lands, Elf, you basically want to taunt her and keep her where that center platform is, so you're just going to be stood here. She has a 180 field of vision, which means anybody that stood past her shoulder blades is going to get chain lightning. Now, the chain lightning moves through the group, and then the people at the back are basically going to get hit with the most. Then guess who's at the back? Oh, it's your fucking healers, okay? And we will get taken out very, very quickly. So try not to stand on the tank side, and then Elf, all you're going to do is just move a little bit from side to side, but don't have like these big swing movements. She basically stays where she is, and then when the axes turn up, you're just going to grab the axes and keep everything in place. As long as you hold a taunt on the axes, you will be fine. Just be careful when they stun you into the ground. Usually when I was learning, a lot of people laughed at me, but Essence of Immovability is actually fucking fantastic in here while you are training, because right before the notification goes for the slams from the axes, you can pop one of those and they don't actually stun you into the ground, and then you can just carry on and just taunt everything. Just be careful you don't lose taunt of her amongst all of that, but just stay calm. DDs, you will get mage replications intermittently on this playing field. We are basically going to get them down at range if we need to. So if I say there's a replica on the right, you're just going to sort of put your dots on it. If everybody puts the dots on it, it'll just tick down. Do you know what I mean? Please watch out for the bombs on the floor, and just try and stay together as best you can. Okay? Keep calm, taunt everything, and keep calm and carry on passing. Any questions? Please don't loot either. Don't try and unlock that chest or anything like that until after we have finished the entirety of this boss fight. If you open it now and loot, and this boss fight takes longer than 10 minutes, then the chest will just disappear and nobody else has got loot, okay? So I hope you feel good about yourselves, alright? Alright. No, I'm joking. Well, I'm not joking. Right. Whenever you are ready, Tank, I will hand it over to you.
3, 2, 1.
So you want to try and take out the overchargers first, because they're the ones with the big lightning AoEs. So they're usually your priority, and then it just makes it easier on the rest of the playing field. And if you are overcharged, just stand to one side, still within range of your healer, and you will be fine. Okay. And then we're just going to loiter around here and wait for the second wave to turn up. When it decides to. And again, keep an eye out for the overchargers. Okay, DDs, you want to be stacked on me. And then that is just keep calm, carry on, passing, tackle this. So your axes are coming in. That's your first verbal cue for it. DDs, if you've got ultimates, drop them. Next lot of axes are coming in. Elf, if you could drop that colo if you're not using it for anything else. So the reflection's straight in front of us, but we are at execute, so there is absolutely no need to get it. And you can see that's the first one that's turned up. I remember when we used to have to get through raids with like trying to kill 3 or 4 of the fuckers. Okay, and execute. Done. GG. And again, it just shows sort of the scale from sort of like one end to the other as well. And we did 2 of the earlier raids, so it was a nice little presentation of just the chaos that's training as well, you know. But I always like finishing it out with a good bit. Right, okay. Where are we dancing? Is it nice and bright in here? Is it bright enough? Everyone, I think everyone's gone through, haven't they? I need to find somewhere. Are you just lying to players? I make it a habit to just wear my pajamas and lie to everybody. This is training, Culk.
Dance around the guy in the bed and Santa's Edge.
Oh yeah, that'd be cool.
Oh good heavens.
Oh good heavens, yeah, we're gonna dance around him. That is actually a good shout. Thank you, Hippo. Right, we're gonna quickly put over to Santa's Edge, and then I will put our songs on, and then we will wind down chat. And again, if any of the any of the people that are streaming, if you want to just turn your dance emotes on, and then you can like talk to your chat, that is totally fine. I won't be offended, okay? But thank you very much. Red, from a newer raider point of view as well, just before you do start dancing, how have you found joining raids?
Well, it's been a lot easier since I linked up with you, that's for sure.
There we go, fucking see, and I didn't even pay him to say that, gang. I didn't.
Rigged.
Rigged.
She PayPal'd me before stream.
Bribe.
I pay all of my people that market on my behalf, you know. I make a point. I nearly collected the quest and everything. Right, let me find my emote. And then if we group up, if we're all around the same like area, then we can be great. That'd be great for me, and I'll turn my UI off. And we'll give everybody a chance to get into place. So all I'm doing is collecting. I'm a paid actor. Fucking hell, Culk. Coming in here with all the insults today, aren't you? Wait till your next streaming. I'm going to get my caterpillar out. And it's an actual cat, like it's a chunky cat, guys. It's nothing of like a rude innuendo either. So...
Just kidding.
No, not the chonker. Yeah, it's the chonker caterpillar. He's like, Culk's like my arch nemesis. He thwarts me at every opportunity for me to post my caterpillar in any streams. My big chunky caterpillar. Not the chunker. Yeah. Yes, the chunker. Right, I'll give everyone a hot... So I've got to play 2 songs. And again, guys, you know, what I will be doing is I will be sort of downloading the stream, and I'll be uploading it to YouTube if anybody wanted to check out just the raiding waffle as well, and everything that all the chaos we got up to. But yeah, this is literally our just bit for my little montage that I usually put together at the end of the year. Who picked the quest up? We're not fucking questing here. Get it out of your fucking heads.
Why not?
I still have them for a few more minutes, so I'm allowed to use them as a dance troupe. I've got a bear inside. I'm inside a bear. And again, it's been really nice just spreading sort of like all the positivity, you know, and we don't take ourselves that seriously. We're just sort of like mid-tier raiders, you know, with high-tier hearts. I'm gonna have to turn that in. We'll have to collect that, otherwise it's gonna ding all the way through the song. Right, okay, have you all got your little dancing shoes on for my little training raid? a little training montage. And again, we've just been spreading love and positivity, just in these trying times. You know, we're not ignorant to all the drama that's happened, but we're kind of just showing that we can have our own little party. You know, don't break up the party dance. No, and we are showing some support for our wonderful Big Nick G as well, because that's literally I don't even know how I even came up with that name or why I think I have the audacity to either, to be honest. Blurps. I've got to turn. You can have a crazy minute at the end. Damn. Thank you for my blood. Go medal. It's our own little training gang dance troupe, you know. It's so fun. Okay, right. I'm gonna temporarily suspend the blurps while we listen to. You can have the full one. That's our wonderful clip. So it's going to be our wonderful Big Nick, I can't even say it, Big Nick G appreciation song, because I would like to think that we're going to shine a light and steer this motherfucking ship right forward, okay? I will always be here. ESO is my home. I have amazing memories here, and I am going to keep doing it. We're going to keep raiding till the wheels fall off this bitch, okay? 100%. So please enjoy our wonderful couple of songs to lead out stream, and then anybody that needs to go after that, you are more than welcome to go. Okay, so just to remind everybody in chat, you've just got to stay for 2 songs and then you can go. Okay, and thank you so much for joining me for training this evening, and I will be putting some rosters up for over the weekend. Might be a bit of normal veteran stuff, might be like a hard mode kinds or something like that, just as some shenanigans. If anybody's around, I will put those rosters up as soon as I have finished here. Okay, right, let's get dancing.
In the quiet of a kingdom fading, when the
thank you guys, it has been my fucking pleasure.
Cold, one voice rose through the shadows waiting, with a heart that was brighter than gold.
Thank you guys. He entered the man. Damn. Oh, we're dancing. And then for our final song of the evening is our wonderful Chaos song. Guys, it has been my absolute fucking pleasure to display all of this today. This is it's been a very last week I had to relearn how to speak. I had to relearn how to play the game. I had to relearn how to use the right hand side of my body. This morning we said goodbye to our dog, and I have basically grieved for most of the day, and I turned up, chin up, chest out, and just to show what amazing community this is. Like, I have been close to tears on several occasions. Thank you so much for all the follows, for showing up, for supporting in whatever capacity. I will be raiding out after the song. I will be going and joining one of the other streamers that's on our wonderful list for Freshman Week. What else is that? I thank Maya and Khan for just even inviting me. This has kept me sane today, I tell you. And I look forward to seeing everybody over the weekend. We will be doing some more raids, so if you see that name light up, please come, give us a shout, give us a hey, because I try and bridge the gap for raiding for everyone, and I will literally help anyone learn. So if anybody's lost around Tamriel and needs to raid, this community has been a very, very big crutch for me. I am so thankful for every single one of them, and I think that tonight has just reflected that on how many people have shown up. So I'm going to present to you the Chaos song. I am going to go and spend the evening with my friends, and guys, I will see you so fucking soon. I appreciate every single one of yous, and in case nobody told you today, you fucking matter, okay? Because Cake says so. I'm out.
Boots on the stone, torchlight flickers, Cake's got snacks and a spell book stickers. Mid-tier rank but high-tier heart, she's queued with goblins ready to start. Scrolls of elder cursed and cracked, Daedric whispers lore unpacked. She's not the best, but she's got flair, a rat spider mount and electric hair. Chaos calls and we answer loud, goblin drums in a pixel crowd. Cake leads on with a crooked grin, let the horror games begin. Flashlight dies in a haunted hall, phasmophobia, she's seen it all. Goblin shriek, one rage quits fast, Cake just laughs, we'll outlast. Inventory full but spirits high, she's looting dreams and alibi. Mid-tier stats, top-tier soul, she's the glitch in every goal. From Cyrodiil to Silent Hill, she's farming fear with goblin skill. No meta builds, just chaos art, a guild of misfits torn apart, then stitched with memes and battle scars, under moonlight and cursed stars. Calls and we answer loud, goblin drums in a pixel crowd. Cake leads on with a crooked grin, let the horror games begin. So raise your mugs and broken blades to mid-tier legends and midnight raids. Cake's not perfect, but she's our spark, lighting up the dungeon door. We